television have never been the same since today's guest hit the airwaves. He has worked hard, but really hard, and earned his reputation for being the most unpredictable, outrageous, and outspoken host on the air today. I just think he is fabulous. His nationally syndicated television show is on every Saturday night, and his radio show is now heard in New York and L.A. and Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. Please welcome the one, thank God, and only Howard Stern.
Thank you. Thank you, Joan Rivers. My throat hurts when I hear her talk. Please welcome the one and only Howard Stern. Hey, Fred, can you play Lunatic Fringe? Oh, I got a big piece of schnot hanging out of my nose. I have such a bad cold. I just did, like, I wanted to be like a good dad, because I never spend a lot of time with the kids, because I'm always, like, down in my office pretending I'm working. So I went, sledding with them, and I got this cold. All I need to do is be out for an hour, and I get sick as a dog. Any snot hanging out of my nose now?
You're doing okay.
Normally I wouldn't care, but I mean, get the friggin' camera every minute watching my every move.
Don't you think this is psychological?
What? My cold?
This gives you a good excuse for never doing anything with them again.
Yeah, maybe, 1 hour a month is a little too much for me. Yeah.
Daddy will get sick.
Yeah. What it was is there was no real snow on the ground. It was all ice. And we were bumping. And I smashed my teeth into my other teeth. My lowers went into my uppers. And my tooth is killing me now, and I got a cold. All from an hour of activity.
Did you notice a chill while you were out there? Do you have the right clothing?
Yeah, I was bundled up. I had everything.
Yeah?
Hats, scarves, big thermal coat, big ugly thermal coat, 20 sweaters. I was warm, actually. I didn't feel cold. But
anybody else catch a cold?
No. Of course not. Just me. Hey, Frank, can you play Lunatic Fringe on the guitar?
It would take me some time to figure out that little part where it goes ding, 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 but the other part...
And Lunatic Fringe.
That part's pretty easy.
You got a guitar there?
I can get one in 2 seconds.
I need to sing. I want to see if I can sing that. Hey, do we have the words to that song?
You're thinking of making a...
Thinking of making a remake.
Cover version of...
Yeah, I love that song. Maybe, wait, I'll get the... Right, you get the guitar.
Okay.
I'll do this part.
The part he can't figure out, you'll do?
Yeah, I can handle that. Let's see, it goes in. All right, I got it. I know my part. I don't know the Lunatic Fringe.
I know you're out there.
I know you're out there. There's a lunatic fringe. And the twilight's last gleaming. I can see you, darling. I'll make up words. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, need words.
If we see if that album has words to it. It's a cool song.
Who did that?
Tom Cochran. Red Rider was the group.
Oh, okay. Was that their one hit?
Yeah, more or less. Right? I don't know of any other song they did.
That's pretty much it.
That's why when we had the guy on the show, I said, can you sing Lunatic Fringe? And a Lunatic Fringe. Let me tune up.
Just like Crash Test Dummies this year is getting nominated for a lot of things, and I'm very fearful that that's their one hit.
I would say you're right about that. I think that's sort of a novelty going on there. How many times can you hear that guy sing? Nice guy, too. We had him on the show.
But that's a weird voice to sing.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I have to sing now. Lunatic Fringe.
There we go.
How's it start, Fred?
You did it. 1, 2, 3.
And a Lunatic Fringe. Fred's working across from me. Lunatic Fred. He's the man from Mars. I can see him out there. He's so damn scary. He's a lunatic, Fred, and he won't write no jokes. He's a lunatic, Fred, and he's working across from me. He's a lunatic, Fred, and he's the man from Mars. I block him with cardboard, but I still see him clearly. He's a lunatic, Fred, and his princess is so afraid. Thank you.
It's a short song. I like it.
I mean, Fred of the Everly Brothers from Hell. Everybody says it. Fred and I have composed many a tune.
Don and Phil.
Right.
It's pretty funny. Fred's strumming away and you're singing Lunatic Fred.
Yeah, Lunatic Fred. It's a new song I've...
Quite inspired.
Lunatic Fred. Nothing like singing. I got to take a break. We'll start the show right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Once again, Howard Stern.
Yeah. Dee Snider. Dee Snider was on the E! Show this week. It was a really good show, too. It was really funny. As Dee and I sat there and reminisced about our relationship and
that whole thing.
how his kids tried to make out with my daughters when they came over, and that's why he doesn't come over to my house anymore.
Your daughters are never going to get to make out, huh?
Yeah. Not if I could help it. Not necessary. That's one activity I don't think they need at this point in their lives.
How's that going? I mean, are they interested in boys?
Yeah. They are. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
No, one of my daughters is.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know.
Inevitable, huh?
Yeah, it happens. But we don't make a big deal out of it. We don't encourage it and stuff. But these other mothers of these sons do.
The mothers of the sons do?
Yeah. Well, I guess when it comes to my kid.
So they're encouraging them to be friendly and call and
buy her gifts. So the moms go out and buy her gifts.
You're kidding.
Right.
Wow.
It's sick. Having kids is weird, especially if you have some degree of fame. Because that way you got to let everyone into your life. You know, you can't.
That's how they can get to you.
That's the only way they can get to you. This
is the weak link.
Yeah, I finally trained my wife to get rid of all of her friends. She only has one friend left. And then once I get rid of that one,
it'll be over.
She'll be totally miserable like me. Is it hot in here, guys? Unbelievable. It is, right? Okay.
Yeah, you don't have a fever, Howard.
Yeah. Kids are a leak in your armor. You know what I mean? It's cool to have kids, but you wish you could explain to them that they're not supposed to be friends with anybody.
Well, how are they ever going to, they don't want to live in a vacuum. They'd like to eventually hook up with somebody and
that's their weakness.
Create a life of their own. So you're going to have to be like that net filtering through.
I try to teach the kids that most human beings are disgraceful and that you should just stay away from them, but they don't listen. Kids don't listen like we did, Robin.
Yeah, we were good kids.
Yeah, we were good kids. We listened when our parents told us to stay away from people.
We're still listening.
Yeah.
But have you met any of these boys?
No, I wouldn't even play into that.
You haven't
it's ridiculous.
Gone that far.
No. Please. Yeah, there's an engagement party next week.
I just wondered if, is she going to have, she's not going to have a big birthday this year, or girl-boy party or anything like that.
No. She has a sleepover party with her camp friends.
Uh-huh.
That's what she does. That's what she likes. Thank God. Okay, so...
You sound like it's really getting tough.
Yeah, everything gets tough. Everything in my life is tough, trying to manage the whole stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's getting weirder and weirder. Let's put it that way. I wish I could tell you some of the things that go on,
well,
but sometimes I just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better. Loris, my wife yells at me. The kids yell at me.
Then you get yelled at.
Yeah, I get yelled at.
You can't do it.
I got a great story for you.
Oh, no. Don't tell me that, because then, I'll pry it out of you.
I know. Yeah, and I'm on the verge of spilling my guts. I can't do it.
It's great.
I can't. It would screw my kids up.
Oh, then I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I'll do anything but screw up your kids.
Yeah, I know. That's where I sort of censor myself.
Yeah.
I know. Because, you're not supposed to screw your kids up.
Yeah.
Somebody said that to me.
That's
once.
a sin.
Yeah.
That's the only sin we've discovered so far.
Right. Jackie says I should disguise it like a novel. See, I know this guy.
How often does that work?
No, it's just that some people think that they're... See, when you have kids, this much I can say. When you have kids, people who normally can't get to you can get to you.
Yes, we got that part.
And at some point, your kids might need to do something, and all of a sudden, adults start to... They go, ooh, I can get my hands on Howard Stern. Because I need to do something for... Yeah, but what they don't realize they're doing is they're affecting children.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the kids' expense. It has really no impact on me. Yeah.
But they get into it, and the kids can't enjoy it.
Right. They're going to prevent my kids from doing certain things because they have prejudices against me because of what I do for a living.
Oh.
All right? So, it gets weird. That's why everyone's such a hypocrite, because... The same guys who are trying to say, hey, Howard Stern's not a good person, are the same guys who, are watching porno movies behind their wives' back. Not that I have a problem with that and stuff, but...
But they would never tell. They keep that stuff in secret.
Yeah, they keep it secret, and they pretend like they're...
And they want to take it out on your kids?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I might spill my guts one day about it.
That's wrong, because your kids haven't done anything. They're innocent.
I might go out and riot.
People, I would like to strangle them.
That's right. I'm a victim of...
discrimination.
Reverse discrimination.
Well, I don't know if it's reverse.
My wife was complaining to me last night about this certain situation we're having. She goes, we're victims of reverse discrimination. I go, Allison, how is it reverse discrimination? She goes, well, I'm used to being treated really well, and this is the reverse. I said, I'm going to take you, I'm going to throw you out the window. You got a master's from Columbia? Reverse discrimination.
Oh, that's funny.
It used to be good.
Yeah. She goes, well, your fame used to bring us some good things. Now lately it just brings us trouble.
Oh,
it's reverse of this. I go, Allison, that's not reverse discrimination. That's why I said reverse discrimination. We had a big fight last night over what's reverse discrimination.
Oh, goodness.
I said, I think that's just discrimination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They haven't reversed it.
Yeah, they haven't reversed it. I don't know. And then I always have this debate, like if I go on the air with something...
Does it get worse?
Does it get worse? And does it really help the situation? In this case, I decided it doesn't.
All of it funnels down to the kids.
Yeah.
It never really affects you because it has nothing to do with what you're going to do.
Yeah, so I try to do the right thing as a father, and sort of put a governor on my mouth.
Yeah. Must be killing you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you kidding? You know how bad this is for me.
Adults. I've always disliked them.
Yeah, me too. That's how we first met.
That's right.
The first time we met, we hated the adults we were working for.
That is how we got together.
That's right. Certainly could get behind that. No question.
Bunch of worms.
Right.
Always looking to mix in.
Especially Jackie. I mean, especially other people. All right. Anyway, so...
Hope you're proud of yourself.
Jackie. Anyway, let's take some phone calls. Hey, I did a... Last night, Robin, I used to be in the advertising business for about 2 weeks.
I was going to say, how much of advertising did you...
But I was in the advertising business. I actually was in
it... I was a vacuum cleaner.
Right. No, I was in it for about 2 months.
I sold one vacuum cleaner.
And 2 months was more than enough. But I did a ratings analysis of late-night television, which I'm going to share with you. I printed out the following... you see, these are late-night results.
Okay, those are the ratings?
Those are what they call ratings. That's how they're printed out. Here, I'll cover this. You see, those are the ratings.
Yes.
These are my notes for the rest of the show. But here's the ratings. And
And what is your analysis, and why are you analyzing late-night TV?
Well, first let me answer your first question. What is my analysis? My analysis is that when they print these things, they should put it in bigger letters. I can't see anything. Look how small the writing is on this.
I was going to say, is there really something written there?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like in Chinese. Like, why can't they print it a little bigger?
It's a secret.
Yeah. I took Tuesday night. What is today? Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. I took Tuesday night's ratings.
Of this week.
Of this week. And because people say, well, what is really going on in late night television? What? And I say it. I go, you don't really know what's going on. Is Letterman really
that great?
That great? Is Jay really that bad?
What is Nightline doing? Why does it sit there chugging along quietly?
Right. Is Tom Snyder bad? Is Tom Snyder good? Is Conan beating Tom Snyder? What goes on? How is anybody doing anything?
How are the infomercials doing against all these people?
You're curious, right?
Absolutely.
You're a fan of media.
Anytime you tell me there's a competition, I want to know.
Right, whether it's boxing or people going up against each other on TV.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know a lot is made of my ratings. If I take a tenth of a point, a slip, or I'll go up, if I go up, nobody says anything. But
right.
if I go down a tenth of a point, it's a big headline.
I think you have reverse discrimination going on.
That's discrimination, Robin. You and my wife ought to get that together. All right, so here's what happens. In New York, at 11 o'clock at night, the news is on, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the news on Channel 4, which is the NBC, that's the lead-in for Jay Leno, has a 10.9.
Okay.
All right, now that's a big rating.
Nice size.
Nice size rating. Now, Channel 2 News, which is the channel that carries Letterman, offers Letterman a 5.2 rating.
Ooh.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when The Tonight Show comes on, NBC's rating drops from a 10.9 to a 6.3, which means Jay loses half the audience.
Yes.
So Jay starts out with a 6.3. He's got a 10 lead-in. I'll tell you why lead-in is so important. If you have a 10 lead-in and you lose half the audience, you still have a 6.
Yeah, you still have a great audience.
David Letterman, on the other hand, gets a 5.2 lead-in and scores in his first 15 minutes a 4.9, essentially holding on to the news. He holds on to his lead-in.
He doesn't build, but he holds on.
Right. Now, what does that all mean? You know what it is?
Tell me what that means.
Ratings are not an exact science. So what it means is there's some people stay tuned just to see what's on. They're too lazy to turn the channel, or they get intrigued by the promo and say, "Hey, let's see what's going on." It takes it. So half of Jay's audience leaves.
And where do they go?
Anywhere.
I'll tell you where they go. That's a good. Now that's a legitimate question.
And obviously not going to Letterman.
Some of them shut off the TV. Some of them are drunk and waiting for something to come on. And they kind of scatter over, this Channel 9, this Channel 11, and things like that.
So what I'm saying here is they don't go to Letterman.
Right.
They go elsewhere.
That's right. Like, for example, they don't go to Nightline either. Nightline has a 10.5 lead-in, and they lose half of their,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, 10.5 goes to Nightline. That's pretty impressive.
Wait a minute. They have a 10.5?
Yeah. Well, Tuesday night must have been a big night. Must have been an OJ night or something. Because they have a huge audience.
Wow.
Yeah. Their lead-in is a 15 from ABC News, and then it goes to a 10.5. All right. So anyway, okay. So you see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what's more lucrative to the network? Holding the audience or only losing half?
Well, I don't know. That's the funny thing. Like, Letterman has a 4.9 and Jay has a 6.3, but the MASH rerun has a 3.0, which isn't that far off from Letterman's 4.9.
Yeah.
And considering, how much does it cost to buy a MASH show and run that?
Not much.
Okay. So now you see what happens. Leno, the reason he is not so valuable to the network, he gets a huge lead-in and loses half the audience.
All right. So that looks bad to the network.
Right. Now, the rating period is analyzed in 15-minute increments.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what happens to Jay. He goes from a 6.3 to a 3.8 to a 2.8, 6.3, 3.8, 2.8, 2.2.
So continually during the hour, he drops off, and he only has really a 2.2 audience that will stay with him throughout the...
Yeah, for the whole hour, right. So he loses more and more audience as the night progresses.
Only
he doesn't
a
hold
loyal
people.
2.2.
Well, yeah, if you choose to look at it that way, yes. Now, his overall rating might be something like almost a 5 because he started out with a high rating. Okay. All right.
Lead-in.
Letterman, on the other hand, has a 4.9, which he basically inherited from the news, and he holds on to it. He gets a 4.9, a 4.5, a 4.7, and then at the end of the night he has a 3.2. You realize,
much more.
Yeah, you realize a lot of the audience goes to bed by the last 15 minutes.
Right, but that's holding on to a lot more of your audience.
Holding on to a lot more. But certainly you wouldn't say the guy's a powerhouse.
No. There's definitely vulnerability there.
Ah, that's the point. Both Letterman and Leno are very vulnerable.
I would say Leno's the weakest.
Right. Now, you asked me why I am analyzing these ratings. Well, I'll answer that after I finish analyzing them.
Okay,
because
go ahead.
Then let's go to Conan O'Brien and Tom Snyder. Now, what are Conan O'Brien and Tom Snyder up against? They're up against something called the Channel 7 late movie.
Yeah.
It's an old black and white movie that they run. That's
the worst movies you've ever seen.
Right, worst movies you've ever seen, and they're on against these powerhouses.
And they've got commercials.
All right. Conan O'Brien, here's his hour. He starts with a 2.4. 15 minutes later, he's down to a 1.4. 15 minutes after that, he has another 1.4. And by his last 15 minutes, he has a 0.4.
Oh.
A 0.4. Now, what does a 0.4 mean? There's a statistical error. When they do these ratings, give or take 1 point.
Yeah.
It is feasible that Conan has no one watching.
I was going to say, not even Conan is watching.
It is feasible, Robin. Yes. It means by the end of the show, the studio monitors are shut off, and even the people in the studio don't see it. Can you imagine a 0.6? Now, you say, well, maybe. Now, you might say to yourself, well, maybe that's because Tom Snyder is there. He's picking up the audience. So let's see what happens to Snyder. Letterman gives him a 3.2 lead-in.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Snyder starts with a 2.8. He immediately drops to a 1.2. Now, remember, Conan dropped to a 1.4, so now Conan's beating Tom Snyder. Snyder then holds on with a 1.2, and by the end of the night, Tom Snyder has a 0.8. A point, not a 1.8 or an 8, but a 0.8. Again, amazing. Conan might as well send the band home early every night after the first half hour of the show, and Tom Snyder ought to stop taking phone calls.
Yeah, they could just turn off the set and do as well.
So you're saying, well, then if Tom Snyder doesn't get the ratings and Conan doesn't get the ratings, who gets them? Well, take a look at the Channel 7 late night movie. They start with a 4.9, then they go to a 5.1, 4.9, 4.9, 4.7 by the end of the movie.
Wow.
They have a huge audience with an old black and white movie.
That awful movie.
That's right.
They should call the show the worst movies ever made.
That's right. And the rerun of The Honeymooners scores a 4.5.
That's what I heard. I heard The Honeymooners is big.
Your winner is right there. I don't know if you can see it on here, but it says The Honeymooners, 4.5. You got to look at the fine
They're
writing.
beating Conan.
And Conan has a 0.8.
Yeah.
Tom Snyder has a 0.8. Conan has a 0.4. And The Honeymooners that have been on, there's only 13 episodes, I think, and they've been shown 9 billion times, has a 4.5.
Yeah.
Now, what does that tell you about late-night television?
They ought to dig up Jackie Gleason.
You're not kidding. And stuff him and let him stand there like a test pattern.
That's right.
It's unbelievable. A dead Jackie Gleason wipes up both of them. Now, I'm not done yet with my analysis.
No, my.
Late night with Doug Kinnear.
Oh, geez, we're going on. I mean, he's only inheriting a 0.4.
Well, he should be very proud of himself. He goes up to a 0.6.
Oh.
All right?
At this point, that's practically
now,
doubling the
to
rate.
give you an idea of what that means, you say, well, maybe it's late at night. Psychic Friends Network.
Which is his competition?
Yes, has the same exact rating. They're in the dead heat of 0.6. They're tied for last. And then you look around and you see Odd Couple pulls a respectable 2.8.
Wow. So any old
stupid show
that you've already seen before can beat Greg Kinnear.
Right.
Or Conan or Tom Snyder.
Right. And yet these shows are put on the air What is it, Pop Slowly?
I was just going to ask you, I didn't hear you mention one person. I was wondering if they had any ratings.
Jackie Moore.
No, Jon Stewart.
Now, Jon Stewart, while he doesn't have a big rating, he's certainly got nothing to crow about. He does better than Snyder and Conan. The guy pulls a 1.8.
Oh, well, at least he's in the ones.
Yeah, I mean, he has something of a rating.
There's no decimal point before his rating.
Right. I mean, imagine Conan
he's
has
got one whole person at least.
Conan has a point. Now, that's not to say that Jon Stewart is the sage of late-night television. That's an embarrassing number. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's low.
But at least he's not on a network. People got to go hunting for him.
Yeah. To give you an idea, at least Letterman, when he was on at the 12:30 time slot, would pull a 2.3.
Yeah.
Now,
consistently.
Yeah. At least he was tied up there with the Odd Couple.
Now, you were saying that Greg Kinnear show gets beat by Psychic Friends Network?
Well, no, they're in a dead heat at 0.6. They both have a 0.6.
Now, how much do you suppose that show costs to produce?
Psychic Friends Network?
No.
It's a very expensive show. I've talked to people who work at networks. Not that I really know anybody important.
No, just Howard Stringer and Warren Littlefield.
Okay, but I've talked to those guys, and they've said, no, I have not talked to them. But I understand that the Greg Kinnear show is very expensive to produce.
Like over $1 million a year?
I don't know what very expensive means, but in terms of late-night television, it's very expensive.
Because Psychic Friends Network, all you have to do is make the show once.
You make it once.
Right.
You just keep showing it.
Oh, it's the same show. It's Rip Taylor sitting there talking about an emotional experience he had with a psychic, while Dionne Warwick sits there and blows those huge nostrils out. Lead-in is everything. Here, I'll give you an example why lead-in in television. I'm teaching television today. It's a course. This is very valuable, by the way. Now, people don't know these things.
This is college over the airwaves.
Exactly. I paid a fortune to learn this. What is that noise, Fla Fla?
Right now.
It must be a camera. It's making a noise.
I just heard it.
No, it wasn't that noise. He knows what I'm talking about. There's other strange noises. Anyway, I'll give you an idea how important lead-in is in television.
You know what it is, Howard?
What is it?
It's your shoelace hitting the ground.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
That's your shoelace.
Hey, good detective work.
Man.
Thank you.
Flop off slowly.
I want that taken care of. Should never happen again. All right. Live at 5. Oh, hear it?
Oh, yeah.
That's my shoelace. I didn't realize I was doing that. Oh, stupid.
What is that noise?
All right. At 5 o'clock, we have local news.
Yeah.
Phil Donahue gives something like a 3 lead-in to the news, and Live at 5 jumps up to a 6.3. But the winner is Eyewitness News. Why? Because Oprah gives them like a 10.5 lead-in. So they have like a 9.1. You see how important lead-in is?
Definitely.
Whatever your lead-in is. Channel 2 News is so bad that they lose. They I don't know.
They give away the audience no matter what.
Yeah, right. So there it is. Now, why did I analyze these ratings?
Yeah, what did you do all that for? Was there a reason?
Did it for you, so you would learn something. Did you find that
It was
interesting?
very educational.
Right.
But I just wondered why your mind was focused.
I did it because I've been looking into late-night television lately, trying to figure out, is there an opening? Is there a hole? Is the audience searching for something?
Because, well, I have heard there is this perception that Letterman is unbeatable.
No, in fact, Leno and Letterman are very, very close
Would
together.
you do me a favor and also look up Jenny Jones's rating?
What time is she on?
I think they have her on at the night sometime.
Give me an idea. You're talking about against Letterman and...
Maybe against Letterman.
Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, here. Jenny Jones. Okay, Jenny Jones is on against... Okay, that's a good question. Jenny Jones is up against the first half hour of news, and then the second half hour she's against Letterman and Leno and the Dateline show, or Nightline show. Mm-hmm. And according to my information here, she pulls a very respectable 5.3, 6.5. Yeah, by the end of her show, she actually goes up. She goes into the 6s.
That's what I heard. I heard that she's killer in that time slot.
She actually beats Letterman and Leno. And Nightline.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Jenny Jones.
That's right.
The same stupid shows. See? Huh?
Now what do you know?
Now what have you figured out? That screwed up everything, didn't it? Jenny Jones is suddenly a powerhouse. It's not that Jenny Jones is a talent. It's not that Jenny Jones is a talent. Do you understand?
It's the wacky people she has on their show.
Right, and that's the point. With all this carrying on with Letterman and Leno, that crummy Jenny Jones is sitting there with a 6.5. Letterman and Leno can't touch her.
They envy her audience.
Yeah.
She builds throughout her hour.
If Leno or Letterman, none of those, Letterman and Leno lose audience as they go along.
Yeah.
So you tell me what's going on in late night television, and you tell me why I should settle for some back seat when I could take the whole damn thing.
Ah.
Right.
Well, there's a good question. Who's asking you to settle for
I didn't say anybody's asking me to do anything. I don't have to be a pretender to the throne. I am the effing throne. Whoever needs to hear that knows now what I'm thinking. I don't need to sit there and fool around against these guys. When I go on, I go against these guys. The bastards. And I don't need any friggin' guests. Just give me some black people who fight with each other. 12:30 schmel 30. I'm headed for 11:30.
Who offered you 12:30?
Nobody. But I'm taking a look at this. I want the whole enchilada. My time has come. My sun is shining.
Your ship is in.
Nobody's going to piss on my parade. Right?
That's right.
Right.
I told you that all along. I don't know why you had to...
When did you say that? I never heard you say it once.
Oh, please. Roll back the tape.
Yeah. Tape is that. All right, I'm going to take a break, Robin. And then when we come back, we'll regroup and figure out what we just learned.
Okay.
All right, I don't need them. Thank you. I go on the Letterman show or the Leno show, they pull an 8.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their ratings automatically go up.
Right. And I'm not even trying. Thank you. All right. Take a break.
The Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
All right, very good. Very nice. I get lost in the... Maybe we should play some music on this show. I get into it when I hear it.
Well, you still talk about doing a radio show at night. Have you decided when that's going to be?
Yeah. I think that... You watched the OJ trial yesterday?
I saw bits and pieces of it. I was in and out.
I think that dog is guilty of something.
Well, he had a lot of blood on him.
He might have done it. He had more blood on him than OJ did.
How did OJ get away so clean?
That's a very disturbing breed of dog, that Aikido.
Why do you say that?
You see that dog's face? That looks like a human face. Have you seen that dog's face? It's got blue eyes, and it's got it looks like a human kind of face.
Expressive, as opposed to a dog face that usually shows nothing.
Yeah, more human than OJ's face. I'll give you that.
Actually, the dog was more concerned.
Yeah.
He kept at it until somebody came.
That dog really bums me out. I mean, and actually, it made me want to get a dog even more, because I really do want to get a dog.
Yeah.
Because, that's pretty cool when you get your head chopped off. The dog keeps, trying to get back to you and warn people and tell people.
Yeah, but he was no Lassie. Lassie never has that much trouble getting through to people.
Yeah, I mean, this dog, some guy comes along, he's got the dog can't lead him to the house. He gives his dog to his friend, but what was cool about it is the dog kept scratching at the door at the friend's house saying, I want to get out.
Yeah.
Those guys were pretty brave. Steve Schwab, number one. By the way, Steve Schwab, I have a link to Steve Schwab.
Why is that?
Did you see him on the stand yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Steve Schwab is the guy who found the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Schwab was one of the guys who did transcription work for me for my book.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's mentioned in my book. I give him a credit at the beginning.
I'll have to look for his name.
Yeah, because I took a lot of tapes and had to transcribe them, so I hired about 5 different transcribers, and Steve is one of them.
So you're involved in this case. You could be called.
In a strange way, yes, and I do have information about Steve Schwab.
What cracked me up was the defense team trying to show that the dog was just stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no stupider than OJ, believe me.
Didn't the dog go to the wrong house?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not an exact science.
Every house.
But you're right when you say the dog was no Lassie. But it made me want to get a dog because look at this dog. He was scratching at the door, screaming to get out so that someone would find this body.
Yeah.
And he did manage to lead this God knows what ethnic group that guy was. I think he's a dothead. I don't know what he was. Mahmoud. What was his name?
I'm looking for it because he had a weird name.
I don't think there was a vowel in there. That guy in the stand yesterday who had the dog, who was Steve Schwab's friend.
Where is it? Buztepi.
Sucru Bostep?
Yeah.
Buztepi.
And Johnny Cochran was like, well, thank you, Mr. Buzepsky.
Did you hear when they asked his name? He said his name and instantaneously spelled it afterwards because he knows people can't believe it.
I know. You know what was real annoying? That old lady. The one with the hearing aid?
Yeah, the one who heard the dog barking.
Yeah, everyone was kissing her ass. I wanted to take her and just bury her right then and there. Not even wait for the funeral. She was driving me nuts. So everyone, and she had the big smile. She was so excited to be there.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, they seem to be, all dressed up and fixing themselves up.
Hey, it's a big shot on TV.
Yeah.
Steve Schwab is a star now. I knew him when he was a transcriber. He also, I think, wrote the Barbie Twins comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had that credit behind him.
They're trying to keep that out of court because it'll ruin his credibility. That's what was said in the newspaper today. That's not something you want out there.
Yeah, try to keep that low key until the trial is over.
I don't know. I'd be proud of that. Why not?
Hey, it's honest work.
It's hard work. Guy didn't chop his wife's head off.
That's right. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
I see OJ yawning. What, are we boring him?
Yeah. Just going on too long? I know, it's probably a 10-hour day for OJ. He yawns one time. The guy probably can't even sleep at night.
I know.
He yawns one time, they put that picture in the paper. Like OJ's bored by the whole proceeding. It's great. Isn't the press
just to
great?
clear me not guilty and get it over.
Well, that's just like when I was at the Pataki inauguration. The guy accused me of looking at my watch and fidgeting in my chair.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
They trained on you for 10 hours.
Yeah, I didn't know I did that. I kind of enjoyed the whole thing. I'm the only guy who said after Pataki's speech, I didn't think it was too long. Everyone else, my mom, my dad were like, it was too long. But the guy in the newspaper nevertheless put his spin on it.
So you fidget.
Yeah. If I was Steve Schwab, I'd start thinking about doing a nude Marsha Clark comic. She's a big star now. So, I started thinking, I really want a dog, because if a dog is that cool that they could,
Oh, they're terribly loyal.
Yeah, I mean, because my cat would care less if I got my head chopped off.
I say, if I fell down in my house, my cats would eat me.
Right. Eventually, yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they could care less about you.
They can't lead you anywhere.
No.
They can't tell you anything.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting a dog. One big dog. Big stupid dog. But I don't like those Aikidos because, man, they look like people.
They'll eat you.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But although that dog seems pretty cool. And you know what? That guy Steve Schwab is pretty brave because I'll tell you something. If I was out walking my dog and a dog came up to me, howling and stuff, covered in blood, I would just I'm not going to bring this into my house.
Well, there was that one question Carl Douglas asked him. You saw blood on the dog's paws? Yes. Well, did you bend down to see? You don't go near a dog you think is wounded.
Yeah. That guy, he says, yeah, I examined the paws.
No, he said, I looked, but I didn't touch.
Oh.
He's like, well, if you thought the dog was so hurt, why didn't you touch him? Well, that's a stupid thing. Nobody does that.
Yeah, let's see you do that. And then that other guy, he went out and he, whatever that Indian guy's name was? Sucru? Sucru, I thought that's like a sugar substitute. Not sucrose. But Sucru was... He took the dog, walked along, found a dead body. Now, as soon as I found the dead body, I would have tore ass out of there. He was pretty calm. He went and knocked on people's doors. Because, first of all, when I see a dead body, I go, wait a second. The killer could still be here.
That's right.
What am I doing?
I said to my wife,
when have you found a dead body?
Yeah. What did he say? I said to my
wife, a dead person here.
Yeah. Did you see that guy? Was he in a coma? That guy Sukiyaki? He was like, correct. I turned to my wife. I said, there's a dead body here. Huh. Boy, you guys must have some pretty wild conversations.
Yeah, I wonder what else they've seen.
Yeah.
If that doesn't...
What movie you want to go
to? If that doesn't raise your hackle.
I'll go next door, tell old man. Old man, there is a dead body next door. I'll need to call 911.
I don't think this is the kind of neighborhood where you see a dead body every day.
I don't know.
Wouldn't that scare them?
Well, most people said, I heard a dog howling all night, and I could see it from my window, but I wasn't going out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go deal with a dog.
Dog's crazy.
So the woman called 911 and said, can you go shut that dog up? And the guy goes, we don't deal with dogs.
Not even the police will go.
You know, we're busy beating up Rodney King. We don't have time for dogs. You know, there's more fun going on than you know about, lady.
There's drive-bys in South Central. We're not coming over there.
So the old lady wasn't going to go out and check the dog. Why should she?
Well, quite frankly, if a dog came up to you that animated, you would have been gone anyway.
You're damn right. I'm the biggest pussy on 2 feet. I know to stay away from trouble. Imagine OJ's still there.
Body.
Imagine OJ's still out there killing, and he sees Sukiyaki.
Taking care of the witnesses.
Yeah. And this guy's like, there's a dead body.
Hello.
Okay. He's a brave guy. Those two guys, Schwab and Sukiyaki, are pretty
you
brave.
Sure that's bravery?
How did they
Are you saying it's stupidity?
How did they know the dog didn't do it?
The dog did do it, Jackie. You're brilliant.
They know that.
Because their throats were cut with a knife. You think a dog
but
can do
you
it?
don't know. I mean, you see a dead body and you see blood on the dog. Wouldn't you be panicked?
Yes, absolutely. I would not go near a dog covered with blood.
Exactly.
Because to me, it could be an animal that just finished killing anything.
Exactly.
Or an animal that is hurt that's now in a
pain,
mode of
attack.
self-protection,
Right.
and he'll attack anything in sight.
Yeah, those guys are pretty amazing.
That's what I would think. The dog is hurt. He might hurt me.
And that's why I never, like, I hear people screaming and stuff. I never go out to help because I go, there's always some guy out there who's much more competent at this than I am. Who really, you know, there are guys who know what to do.
Don't look to you if you're in trouble.
I know I don't know what to do. I'll get out there and panic.
Tell him about the time you actually saw something down in Florida.
Yeah, okay. Here, I'll give you an example of how I handle a situation. All right, Robin loves this. I'm not ashamed. Because I believe most people would handle it this way. So I'm in Florida. I'm visiting with my in-laws, and they live in a part of Florida that is sedate, to say the least. I mean, nothing happens there.
Right.
It's all old people, and nothing happens.
And it's quiet.
So I decide, I'm in a health kick, so I decide to go out and, like, walk or something.
Yeah.
So I'm walking along, and it's like a main road, and I'm on the sidewalk. All of a sudden, right in front of my eyes, 2 cars collide head-on. Okay? The door pops open. I'm watching this. The door pops open. I'm the only one there who can help. It's me and no one else. And there's like this woman or this guy, I don't even remember what it was, moaning with the door and like going, and the guy's got blood all over him and everything. So I look at the situation and I go, holy mackerel. What am I supposed to do? So, I mean, as far as I know, the bodies are still there. So I go, what am I supposed to do? So I go.
Were they hanging out of the car?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a real mess. So I'm looking and I go, I guess, well, I've always heard that if something like this happens, you're not supposed to move the bodies because someone could be hurt and it could hurt them more. I said, so let's see, my in-laws are about 2 seconds from here. At this point, I was right near their house. I said, well, I could go over, I guess, and comfort them, but maybe I should go and call the cops because they're going to be able to deal with it. So as I'm debating, right, important seconds are going by. I see other cars coming. As soon as I see other cars going, I go, they'll stop. So I tear ass out of there. Boom. I'm gone.
Never even went near the cars.
I moved the body, except I moved mine. All right? They always say don't move the body. I moved the body. And then I saw some other cars stop, and they were, like, going over to the bodies and stuff. And I ran home, and I got my father-in-law. I said, hey, how do you, like, call the police and stuff? By the time I had even gotten a hold of them, someone had already called them. The cops were all, everyone was there, and I was completely useless. So don't rely on me. I don't know what to do.
You are a real mess.
What should I have done?
You go over. And you see what's there to be done, suppose.
You touch somebody and then you
you sued you.
No,
right.
No.
I'm not touching. That's what I thought of that too. I just said, you know what? I'm no good Samaritan. Goodbye. I'm no doctor. I can't help here.
That's all you ever think about.
These people are better off if I don't touch them.
First person at any scene of an accident should just stay there.
Go ahead.
And wait for others to come, and then you send
well,
them
I did.
call.
I did, technically.
You did not.
Well, sort of. I mean, I saw the cars coming. I knew they'd stop.
You had information as to how the accident occurred.
I called into the police. I told them I was a witness. I did. Well, I had my father-in-law do it because I didn't know how to call the police. Because the guy goes, who is this? It doesn't matter. I saw it. It's a head-on.
You hung up before they could trace the call.
That's all. And I'm out of it.
So you're not going to be one of those guys who, if your apartment building blows up, you'll be helping people out.
You know the guy who, like, leads everyone down a dark stairwell?
Yes.
No, I'm the guy following. No, I'm not a hero.
You're the guy being carried.
Right. I'm the one going, oh, my God, I think I banged my tooth.
You're the one slowing up the pack.
Right. You know, I'm like Shelley Winters, remember, in Poseidon Adventure? No, I can't. I'm too fat. Go on without me. Shut up, you fat slob. Get down there. Let's go swim. Shelley Winters, you're a big pain in the ass. Annoying cow. All right, let me take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. You're a hero. Thank you. I save people with the telephone when they jump off a bridge.
Stern Show.
Yeah, 1-800-FLOWERS, FLOWERS. They did a survey, and they found out that women have said that the most romantic gift you can get them is flowers. And a lot of them are disappointed on Valentine's Day because they don't get flowers. Flowers are, flowers are a great item. Especially if you have a good florist like 1-800-FLOWERS, you know they're going to send out a nice bouquet. You have a handy number because when you send flowers for a thank you or somebody does something for you, they appreciate it and they think differently of you. Here's a story. Look at this. Flowers reunite son and mother after 35 years.
How's that happen?
Let's see here. Here's a guy who took an order from a woman who was sending flowers to her grandmother in Germany for Mother's Day, and sent the flowers on behalf of her father, John, who hadn't seen his mother in Germany for over 35 years. John's parents divorced when he was 5. Custody had been awarded to John's father, not his mother. After the divorce, John's father had discouraged any contact between John and his mother. So this woman took it upon herself to go to Germany, locate her grandmother as a present to her father. And she found him and reunited the father with the mother and all that kind of stuff. So how did flowers reunite them?
I don't know.
I don't want to talk about it. All right, it didn't make sense. But listen, 1-800, it reunited them somehow. 1-800-FL. They gave me a newspaper article. Write it out on a piece of copy for me. What, I got all day for this? 1-800-FLOWERS. Call them quickly to get in on the Valentine's Day stuff, too, because, they can't do it the day of. So call right now, 1-800-FLOWERS.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
You're kidding me. My bad. I have this habit where I call everybody I know bro. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing, bro? So now Scott Einziger from the E! Network calls me bro every minute.
Oh. And
I hate it, so I got to stop doing it. Every minute you go, hey, bro. Hi, bro. Okay, bro.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, I do that. I've done that ever since I lived in Roosevelt, because everyone back then was bro.
You never said it to me.
Well, you're not my bro. You're my bra. But I couldn't, I can't stand when he says it. It sounds so fey. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. Every minute, hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
And
why
Scott
does he have to do it just because you did?
I know. It sounds like I'm talking to an echo. He's one of those chameleons that picked up what I was saying, and it sounds worse on him.
There are people like that who feel that they're bonding with you by picking up your language.
Yeah, I know.
But he don't look like the kind of guy that would say, hey, bro.
No, and it's real annoying when he says it. Hey, Scott, can you stop saying that? I like Scott a lot, but I don't want him calling me bro anymore. And he doesn't know how to say it. He's kind of feminine.
I would like to hear him say it. Because he
every minute, hey, bro.
Wrong.
And then he calls me, he has to call me a couple of times a day because we discuss stuff, and he's like, hey, bro.
And it's perfectly pronounced.
Yeah. Hi, bro. Hi, bro. Okay, bro. Later, bro. Stop calling me bro, okay?
But I don't say it the way you're saying it.
Sure.
Is bro something you normally say?
Howard said it. I say it because Howard always says it to me.
Yeah, but don't say it back to me.
Stop it.
Yeah, you don't have to say it just because I say it.
Okay.
When you say it, it sounds dumb. And maybe when I say it, it sounds dumb.
Maybe he was just trying to show you.
Yeah. Are you trying to teach me a lesson?
I'll stop.
Yeah. Do you call everyone bro, or is it just me?
It's for you.
Oh. But you're not my bro.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, every minute. What's up, bro? How you doing, bro? And lose the backwards hat. You're not black. Really? What's that all about?
It's about having to take a shower at night, and it's better than the hair in the morning. That's for sure.
Well, let me see your hair.
Take off your hat. Okay, bro. Really, don't call me bro anymore.
All right,
it's obnoxious. It just doesn't sound right when you do it.
Stop.
Thanks. It's one of those things that annoy me about Scott. Right. Not much annoys me, but that annoys me.
No, there's other things. The hair. I have a lot of things that obviously annoy me.
Oh, yeah, the hair on your chest is really annoying. Yeah,
are you shaving further down?
Well, I'm going to have Ralph do it again, like every once in a while.
I see.
You got to pay him for that. That ain't a job people want to do for free. All right, anyway. All right, thanks, bro. All right.
Okay, man.
Okay. Man, I don't mind. It's bro. When you say bro, it drives me nuts.
Why can't you guys just use names?
I don't know, but, sometimes I don't remember his name, so.
Bro and man and dude.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Then I got into a fight with the E! Network last night. Oh, I had a miserable day yesterday. I fight with everybody.
What did you choose?
Well, Fran says she doesn't want to air the guy who drinks his own urine. And I was like, why?
That was a dynamite show.
I know. I'm getting really pissed off at her. And I had
What does she want to be like everybody else? She wants the same bland shows on every day.
And I said, it's one thing if we were sitting there and, in fact, most of the time the guy's not drinking his urine. He's talking about drinking it.
Right.
Well, it made me sick. I go, so it made you sick so I can't air it? I mean, just because you're so damn sensitive?
That was the idea.
Yeah, I mean, so what? I bet you it's the highest rated E! show ever. And it was no more graphic than a health show that you see on TV. It wasn't like it was dirty.
What do you care what he's drinking?
Yeah. It's a guy who claims that drinking urine...
If they can show people drinking beer on TV...
Well, please. No, I'm not saying it's I'm just saying that
it's only the idea of it.
Right, exactly.
Drinking is drinking.
And quite frankly, you don't even have to show the guy drinking his urine that much. Just watch Jackie's face. That's the entertainment, is Jackie dry heaves.
Yeah. Into his own hand.
Oh, man. I could dry heave.
No. So I'm having that little argument right now.
Well, all I'm saying is if that you showed that to somebody and you took away the sound, they wouldn't know what he was drinking. They wouldn't have a problem.
And then I blew my effing stack around here yesterday. I still haven't gotten an answer on this one.
What was the question?
When the guy, coincidentally, when the guy was drinking his own urine, in Philadelphia, they ran commercials all through it. It never aired in Philadelphia.
What is wrong with people? Whose idea was that?
I don't know. No one will confess. And I was supposed to get a call yesterday and find out what was going on. No one called me. So that means this is a real good story. They think I'm stupid. Watergate is going on.
Urine gate.
Yeah, urine gate.
What is wrong with a guy coming in and saying, this is what I do as a therapy, and I'm going to prove it by showing, because I just didn't believe that he did it.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's odd, but it's certainly not anything that's lewd.
No, he didn't do it. He didn't whip out here and go into his glass.
No, he talked about the fact that he drinks urine because he says it's a cure for a lot of medical problems. It's a friggin' medical segment. Admittedly, it's kind of outrageous, but...
Well, there are unusual therapies.
Yeah.
There's leech therapy. He's got urine therapy.
Yeah. I don't know. Everyone's so damn uptight. Well, I don't know what happened in Philly, but I'm getting to the bottom of it.
What do they think? If they hear it or see it, they'll have to do it, too?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know, I was like outraged over all that. I started going berserk.
We have such an uptight country.
It was no big deal. I mean, it was, but the thing in Philly was it wasn't a censorship issue. It was like the guy didn't get to all those commercials.
It was just that?
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to ignore the segment.
I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
He was just trying to get all the commercials in?
That's what they're claiming.
That's a pretty heavy coincidence.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know what was going on
during that.
Well, I'll find out. I'll report back to you.
Oh, boy.
This morning I saw the high heels that Ralph's going to wear. He's going out as a woman tonight.
Oh, does he have his outfit?
He doesn't have the whole outfit, but I saw his shoes. They're really pretty. They don't show his feet enough, though.
When is that happening?
I think tonight. They're going out and shooting.
And Fabian's going to come in?
Yeah, tomorrow morning we're going to have all that. We'll have the tape of it and everything.
Oh, wonderful.
Ralph lost the Super Bowl bet, so he has to dress up in panties and mini dress. Hey, Ralph, come in and show Robin your high heels. They're very pretty.
What size shoe does he wear? These gigantic high heels?
Not that big. He's going to be the biggest, ugliest girl.
Ralph, a dainty girl.
Show your booties. Your girl boots.
They're manly.
Let's see. Aren't those precious?
Aren't they cute? Ooh, and that's about a 5-inch heel.
Look at this heel.
Did you go with Fabian to buy those?
Yeah.
Fabian's this guy who cuts my hair, and he's a transsexual or a transvestite.
No.
What is he?
He just does shows. I mean, he doesn't walk around like that during life.
Yeah. He doesn't?
He's a transvestite.
No, he's a. There's so many classifications.
See, Ralph's really getting into it.
Yeah, I'm finding out everything.
Well, when Fabian's here, he'll tell us what he is.
All right, because the transvestite just dresses up in women's clothing.
Yeah, if you say to this guy, Fabian, you're transvestite, he'll be like, darling, what are you talking about? You don't know? I don't dress up. I dress up only for work. That's it.
There's queens, there's trannies, there's transvestites, there's transsexuals. There's...
Ralph getting sucked into the whole world. Yeah, what exactly are you?
I'm some poor idiot who lost the bet.
Have they figured out your classification?
Homo.
No, but
Dominic called me the other night. He goes, I feel really bad about the bet. I go, why? Why are you having bad feelings? Because Ralph was raped when he was a young boy by a priest. I go, Dominic, what are you talking about? And he was dead serious. He goes, you heard his story. I go, he said he went into a room with a priest. The priest got in bed with another boy, and he slept on the floor. He goes, I said,
don't you believe it for a minute.
He said, don't you know? That's denial.
You mean there was no other boy?
Yeah. Ralph was the boy in the bed.
There was no denial. I would have remembered that.
You even said you're having some memories that aren't too clear. About a camera or something?
No. It was
why? What did you tell me back in the office?
No, I was joking when I said a camera.
I see.
That priest used to always he was like hissy, not me, but he was always hugging kids and stuff. I mean, it was really.
Did he hug you, Ralph? Tell the truth.
Maybe I don't remember. He hugged me.
Oh boy.
See, all of a sudden he doesn't want to remember.
Yeah, he's like pushing this out of his mind.
It's like if a parent hugs you, it's like okay,
I don't understand something.
But after that, I never let the guy go near me.
Your mom said you needed a male role model because your dad left you at an early age.
This guy was a counselor. He was a priest.
Right.
But he also
decided to take you on a camping trip.
He also served as a counselor, so. I would go every once in a while and talk to him. My mother thought that I needed counseling.
She wasn't off of that. It's just who she chose. So she sent you to a priest.
Yeah.
A guy,
are
women
naive? In his office.
Don't most women realize that most priests are gay?
No, I think
this was a small town. This was our parish. It was classic. I mean, it was.
You know how many guys study for the Jesuit priesthood? And they're homos, and they don't want to admit it to themselves, and then when they do, they leave the priesthood. A lot of them do that.
Some of the honorable ones.
The honorable ones do. I know a real honorable one who did that, but I'm not talking about that yet.
Dominic's on the phone.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Dominic.
I really do feel bad. I know you think I'm joking.
You think Ralph was raped?
Well,
Dominic, what do you think happened?
Well, you may be in denial because you even said you didn't remember how it ended.
No, because you can't even remember. Okay.
Yeah, you don't remember how you got to that room.
So your mom sends you over to the priest. He decides to take you on a camping trip because you're so screwy. And your mom goes, yeah, sure, just take him for a couple of nights. The next thing you know, you're not even on a camping trip. You're in the priest's bedroom.
It was late. We were going to get an early start.
Yeah, he couldn't get an early start. He couldn't pick Ralph up.
He couldn't pick you up at the house.
Yeah, you had to sleep over.
Well, hey,
is your mother naive or what?
But he had the force.
Isn't she? Hey, sorry, dude, but your mom is naive. I want to get an early start.
All the kids see this behavior. The parents don't.
If an adult asks my daughter to sleep over because they have to get an early start, I don't care if they're a teacher or what they are. I mean, wait, just because they're a teacher, they're not perverted?
Your kids ever go on sleepovers?
Yeah, with other little kids.
Well, so there was another little kid there.
But your priest is making no sense. He has to have an early start.
Well,
I mean, how far did you live?
About 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I mean, he could have picked you up. What do you mean early start?
He wanted to get an early start on me.
Nice big, yeah, right.
That's right. The night before.
Let's start now.
But in fairness to his mother, that was a time where people weren't as aware.
Yeah.
But all 4 characteristics are there for sexual abuse. 1, man of authority.
Right.
2, secrecy.
Yeah.
3, reward. And 4, enticement. And the enticement was, remember, he even showed him the dirty books.
Right.
Right.
Where's secrecy? What, you
Well,
mean,
the secrecy is he tells you not to tell anyone.
No, he didn't tell me that.
Oh, yeah, he told you, go tell the world I'm showing you dirty books.
No, he didn't.
No, he told you.
I don't remember.
Ah, you don't remember.
That was a long time ago.
Right.
I mean, I don't remember a lot of other
Come
things
on,
from
when
when I
a
was.
priest does stuff like this, you remember.
Yeah.
No, you try and block it out. You don't want to. You don't want to remember
What are
it.
you blocking out?
He's blocking out the whole story is what he's blocking out.
The whole incident.
We can't figure out, because all we know is he ended up on the floor, but we don't know what happened after that.
I don't sit and savor it like it was a magic moment.
What he was wearing on the floor.
Ralph,
What I'm wearing.
let me take you through this again. Let me take you through this again.
First of all, you do block out what happens, and that's how a child's body is able to handle it. They become dysfunctional. The only way we can do it if we hypnotize them back. Now, I was thinking of forgiving the bet, but I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, you got to go through it anyway.
What I will do in the alternative is not insult or tease him for an entire year.
Oh.
Really?
Yep. And he can say all the fat jokes he wants.
Dominic, let me be serious for a second. Dominic, let me be serious for a second. Are you saying to me, and don't do this for the radio,
Right.
did you think Ralph
was
molested and abused by this priest?
Yes. And I'm being very serious. And I also think that you know, Dad, and I really, now I regret the things I said. I feel like Jackie apologizing to his wife.
You mean when you called Ralph a homo and stuff?
I feel bad now.
Because you feel the priest turned him into a homo.
No.
Dominic, can we sue the priest?
Well, if you'll go to hypnosis and we'll try to do a recapture of the memory the first time you discover it, there's a lot of changes in statute of limitations. You know, I have the largest verdict in this area, but what I would like to do is try it.
How much money?
Pay for the hypnosis.
Let me get this straight, Dominic. Are you being serious? If Ralph gets hypnotized and they find out that he was molested?
Well, there's different.
I wasn't molested.
There's different.
Calm down.
Calm down, man. You had a horrible experience. How much money did you get for that person?
Well, there's difference. You know, first we have to see if we can fall within the statute and where it occurred, because I think it's interesting, because I was thinking about it. Didn't it happen in New Jersey?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's a better state. We have a longer statute than New York, I think. New York, there's a 10-year limit, and there's changes in the legislature. He may have to be hypnotized to come back to realize it. You see, when the child is abused, the child is only a little person, and at that moment, that person blocks the memory by regressing over it. So if we regress it...
So when Ralph was raped, he could have blocked the whole thing out.
Wasn't raped.
He may not have been raped, but he certainly...
He might have been fondled.
Yeah, he might have been
What the trick
diddled
is...
with.
Right, the abuse...
Ralph, you don't even know?
No, he did.
Wait a second. Let me get this straight. So you go into the priest's room. All right, let's review, okay? Just make sure we're all talking about
Ralph was going on a fishing trip.
What is it, Jack? Jackie has a
Some
question.
kind of selection process. If the priest had 2 boys in there, at some point there had to be a determination. This one will go in the bed with me, and this one will go on the floor.
Well, let me back up. Let me go back.
I think the one who was there with him already had done something with him before.
Why do you say that?
Because he like just hopped into bed with them and like I don't know, he had been like around. I know that he had. I know that
he only remembers the other boy's
friendly with the
experience.
priest.
Yeah, the other boy is Ralph, you know.
No, but Ralph...
That's what he did. He made him another
I swear to God, I would remember if I climbed
Dude, don't be
bed.
embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I would admit it.
Maybe you don't know. You might not know.
And that's a typical...
I would know if I went into that bed or not.
No, you wouldn't. And Ralph, that's a typical trick, to take one boy who's been abused and then let you think that that's a normal process.
That's right.
Right.
Showing the
hey,
magazine.
it's no big deal to hop in.
Yeah, and you might have been so freaked out by what happened to you that night that you blocked it out.
Yeah, the priest was just softening you up.
And the magazines titillate you, but you don't know why you're being excited.
I wasn't. They didn't titillate me.
Well,
I wasn't.
but that's what he's hoping will
excited.
Right. He wants to get the topic onto sex.
And the point is, he was Ralph's counselor. He had already had Ralph in his clutches,
right,
pouring out his heart.
And it's obvious Ralph's very feminine.
And he could tell that Ralph was vulnerable.
I was very manly.
And look at the profession you chose. You blow my hair out.
You're a hairdresser.
Yeah. I mean, glorified hairdresser.
I didn't choose it. Just kind of happened.
Well, exactly.
I was serving.
Why do you think it went that way?
It's the same thing with the priest. You just fell into it.
Well, a person of authority.
Control over my So you're saying you feel so bad for Ralph that you really genuinely believe he was molested as a child?
I think is a good possibility, and I'm sorry I said the things I've said all the time.
Yeah, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
I'm not sorry you said them.
You enjoyed them.
Yeah, I'll still say them.
I feel a little bit.
So, all right, let me get this straight.
Hey, I don't think you feel bad.
Let's get the story straight.
What did you say?
I said I don't think you feel bad, but I think you're...
No, that's not true. I do feel bad.
I can tell his voice.
Dominic, don't...
No, he told me on the phone the other night he felt really bad, and I thought he was joking at first, and I'm telling you, this is exactly how he was.
Dominic, does that mean I don't have to get dressed up tonight?
No. I thought about that, and, I discussed it last night with Super Agent Don Buckwall, and I can't let you out of the bed. It's just too much of the public wants
No,
it.
Dominic, I'm into it.
Yeah, he's getting into it. He feels pretty.
You should see these heels I got. I went for the big ones.
You should go down to a monastery and parade around like that. So wait a second, Ralph. Let me give me this
go
straight.
back over the story again.
Let me get this straight. So you're over there that night,
right?
And the priest says to you and your little buddy, it's just you and your friend, right? It's just two guys.
Well, okay. Whenever I got dropped off, it was late. I don't know what time.
Right.
And then I went into the rectory and into his office.
The rectumry.
And then I went into his office.
Right.
And the other guy was already there.
Right.
And they were like hanging around. And I don't know if they were already looking at magazines or what, but at some point a drawer opened up.
How weird is that when your priest is showing you naked magazines?
By the way, that's a defense mechanism. You called him another guy. He's actually another child.
Right. So he's trying to make it like an adult.
To me he was like 2 years old.
Why is that a defense mechanism?
Well, because he wants to try to make it an adult situation when it's really a child situation.
Right. Go ahead. Dominic knows a lot about this stuff, Ralph. Open yourself up to...
I'm starting to buy it,
I'm starting to think Dominic was raped.
I don't know.
All right.
I see how
Dominic was raped.
Lawyer. Dominic was spin on it.
Wait a minute. Dominic just admitted. What?
Remember, I always tell a story. My mother would let me have grated cheese on my pasta.
Oh, please.
No, I thought it was when you were raped with a meatball hero. That's why you eat so much.
Did you get my envelope?
What? Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
All right, anyway, so, Ralph, you're in the rectumry. You walk in, and to your best of your recollection, you say they were already probably looking at some nudie magazines, and the drawer popped open, and there were more girly, but it was girl magazines, right? It was naked girls.
Yeah. It wasn't like homo mags.
Okay. And you're looking at them, and you know how weird that is when the priest...
The priest is doing that. You know better than that. That's not supposed to be right.
No, they're sitting in his office.
No, but,
and where is the priest sitting? Behind the desk?
Yeah, that's one.
And where are you guys sitting?
Is he looking at the magazines, or is he looking over your shoulder?
Is the kid on his lap?
No, he was I think he was kind of at his desk, and the other kid was in a chair somewhere. It was kind of like an office in the rectory, and he was at his desk, and he opened up the drawer, and there was these magazines in it, and...
Yeah, go ahead. Come on, man, dude. Don't be a baby. Don't be embarrassed.
He can't even talk about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
The other kid was over sitting in a chair, and then I came in. I don't know. We sat down. We started talking or something, and I don't know. At some point, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if they were already looking at him or he pulled them out. He's like, "Here."
But where were you sitting? Were you sitting next to the priest?
I don't know.
Opposed to where you were.
I don't know exactly.
But were you sitting near each other?
Judge Rito, I cannot
No, come on.
Did
Ralph,
he
work
touch
with me.
you in any way?
No, he didn't touch me.
No, I'm just saying, did he rub your back or something? Say, here,
Ralph
young man.
Yeah, Ralph obviously can't remember a lot about this night.
Yeah.
But would you like to know why the priest shows the magazines? Because and this is done in studies, it excites the pedophile to think that he is turning a heterosexual child into a homosexual child, because in his mind, he's in denial that he's really a pedophile and a homosexual.
What is it, John?
I got a guy on the phone who also, knows Ralph, knows that the same passion is, and and he has some stories too about this guy, the same priest and everything.
Who is it?
Well, don't give the guy. Maybe the guy doesn't want his name on the air. Ralph, maybe the guy doesn't. Go ahead, Tom. Thanks. Let me see this. I don't want to identify the church. I don't want to identify the church. And just give me your first name.
Pat.
All right, Pat. You know Pat?
Is your last name begin?
Wait.
Does your last name begin with a D?
No. I know you. I know your sister.
Huh?
But anyway.
All right. So what happened to you?
Well,
what is the priest's first name?
I don't want to identify.
What does his last name begin with?
H.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Wow.
Wow. Dominic's licking his chops. He's smelling a big case.
While this is going on.
Are you eating or you're wowing to the case?
Wait a minute, Irma. Would you put down?
I want to know who this is,
now.
Pat.
Put the second helping down.
That's the first time I ever heard Dominic say, "Put the second helping down."
Food.
I think he smells a case. Anyway, so what happened to you?
Well, nothing really directly with me, but friends of mine verified. I mean, we talked about it on the playground. You know, we were playing during recess, and someone mentioned something about him, and like 4 of us were like, "Yeah, that happened to me too."
So he showed you pictures?
Yeah, he had magazines, and he had 8mm porno movies. I never saw them.
I never got the film show.
Yeah, I never saw them, but a friend said they were in this drawer in his in the rectory room.
Yeah, but I guess that was the big drawer. Now he also pulled out like some kind of mechanisms or something. I don't know what they did or what.
Vibrators?
You know, it's funny.
It's hard to remember this.
Ralph, you've said that more than once, that there were mechanisms.
Right, yeah.
And yet you can't identify them because those are the things.
Because I didn't know what they... No, because...
You're blocking because they were used on him.
If somebody showed you a vibrator at 5 years old, would you know what it was?
Today I would.
Not unless it fit on a hero. But wait a minute. Let me do one more thing. Let me just say another thing. You know what?
Ralph gave in so fast, the priest didn't need the movies on him. That's how I get a feeling.
Hopped on.
I think Ralph was easy.
He didn't take long to look at the device.
Well, the two tragedies.
Pat, were you a migrator or like...
No.
Every
How much
time
older?
an adult chooses a child,
yes,
what he's really doing is choosing his life over that child's life. And pedophiles do know how to pick vulnerable children. They are experts at it.
Wouldn't you pick Ralph if you
Well, Ralph's a naive adult, so...
Ralph had a matriarchal family, and he had women around him.
No, that has nothing to do with it, guy.
Well, he might choose other people also, the priest.
This guy chose a lot of people.
I think this
There's a
priest
potpourri.
was trying to get caught.
But Ralph was an easy mark, is what Dominic's saying, because the mom was looking for a role model for Ralph, so that's why Ralph got to sleep over.
him into his hand.
Yeah.
The truth is, everybody trusted this priest. I mean, parents, everybody.
Yeah, of course, because he's the priest. But meanwhile, he's just some dude.
Yeah, but
I love how people get caught up in his
All
religion.
it is a title. They don't know who
But
the
he
dude
was
is.
A guy in a monkey suit.
He
The
was
priest
like...
comes into town, he automatically gets trust.
Yeah, right.
He was like the
It's
head
cuckoo.
guy. He was like above everyone. He was like higher than the principal.
All right, so wait a second. Let me get something straight.
Not
So
all priests do this.
let's go back to that night. So then you're
90%.
not all priests do that.
90%.
Now, Pat, were the other stories that you heard, were they just like the same, like he like whipped out the magazines, or was there like some kind of fiddling around with these other guys?
Well, I think he knew I wasn't receptive to it, so I really didn't...
What did he do to you? Like,
Nothing personally, but...
He just showed you the magazine.
But you said you weren't receptive.
I slept over one night.
Yeah, what happened
Were
there?
you in the bed with him?
Yeah.
Were you really?
I mean, I was innocent. I didn't know what...
Yeah, right. No, take it easy. No one's calling you a homo.
Nobody's accusing you of anything.
Wasn't that bed like gigantic?
I know it has nothing to do with being a homo. That's what I'm telling you. But these guys think that's what... Listen, you're saying so you ended up in the bed with the guy?
Yeah. With another friend.
No kidding.
And again, look at the word Ralph uses. Fiddle around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very defensive word. Again, like, you know what? He didn't really harm me.
Well, I didn't want this bed to sound more and more like Disneyland.
I know. It sounds actually...
So you get into the bed with the guy, so he starts trying some stuff on you?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No. He didn't.
He's like,
but he did stuff to the other kid as though the kid has done it many times.
I see.
Again.
Nothing, like, he kissed the kid, and I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, right.
On the mouth?
Yeah. No.
Did you tell it that you must have been, you were freaked, right?
I was like horrified. I didn't know.
Yeah, it was like it was horrifying because it's like, and then I had to spend the night there and then go somewhere with the next day. I just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to like why are you coming home? My mother, why are you going home? I didn't want to have to tell her like.
I would have run.
Father.
Guess what, Mom?
Father homos.
Yeah, right.
How old was the kitty kiss?
How old was the kitty kiss?
7th grade.
An older boy. That's okay. Big deal.
It's interesting that he always did the same thing. He liked to be watched, too.
Yeah.
So he'd bring another kid to watch and then have his sleeping partner.
He was pretty brazen.
Yeah.
Sounds like he wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You kids were
Who was the other kid he was kissing? What's his first name?
No, don't do that.
Stop, Ralph.
Ralph, what do you gossip?
I'm just curious if it was the same guy.
The point I'm making is that Ralph is not lying.
No, I didn't think Ralph was lying. I think there's more that went on with Ralph and this priest that he knows about.
Well, not necessarily, because the guy, he knew who he could take advantage of. And
Yeah, but do you see how you remember everything?
I don't. I really don't remember everything.
Uh-oh. Maybe you
Hey, Dominic, there's a big case here.
Well, Robin, you said a moment ago that you would run, but if an older male abused you when you were a child, and you had no one to tell, and you couldn't tell, let's say, your mother, because she wouldn't be able emotionally to handle it, you wouldn't know what to do. You think
Robin knows all about them. Read a book.
But this is the priest. This is a guy down the street. You got a mother you can run to.
Don't be so heartless. No, you'll read her book. You're going to be opening yourself up to a lot of questions lately, too, you know. You think you're going to be on the hot seat in a couple of weeks.
You'll be under hypnosis.
I don't need any hypnosis.
We're going to be asking you the same question.
I remember any device.
Robin, that laugh is a good defense.
There you go.
You're absolutely right, Dominic.
I know, but
She's
don't
crying
forget,
inside.
Howard had an older man that took him on his bed when he was 16 or 15. So
That's true. We're all victims.
Who did?
You.
did. The circles. It's in your book. Some guy comes over and wants to show
I wasn't 16 or 15, you nitwit.
Oh, when you're 20.
I might have been about 7.
They were dating.
You dummy. You know what? Go eat a hot dog.
Now I'm a dummy, huh?
You know what, man? I see a dog full of blood, I run. I see a priest showing nude pictures to another kid, I run. That's it.
Hey, you know what? That anger is a good defense mechanism, too, isn't it, Dominic?
That's why you know what? I'm just angry nobody ever showed me any naked pictures.
You know what? I was just uncomfortable. I didn't feel threatened, and he wasn't coming on to me. It wasn't like he was rubbing me and saying, "Look at these pictures."
Yeah, but I thought you didn't mean the other day you didn't remember.
He was just being like one of the guys that thought. And
you hopped out of the bed. You hopped out of the bed.
I
The
didn't.
devices. Wait a minute. The devices came out, and Ralph doesn't remember what happened, and then
no,
he was
he was just like proudly displaying them. He wasn't saying like this is what you do with it, and he wasn't demonstrating. He was just like, I got this stuff.
Let me say something, Ralph.
That's not fair.
Yeah, right, sure, right. Let me tell you something, Ralph.
You have not been raised in Catholicism, so you don't understand the power.
Oh, I was half Catholic. Be quiet. Let me tell you something. I understand the power. I don't understand the power of anything.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I don't understand the power of authority. Oh, shut up. He's the authority on everything.
No.
Mr. Law degree. Now he's a
I can't believe that
psychiatrist.
the entire community stayed quiet. Not one person could
Let me ask you something. You know so much. How come you eat so much? Let me ask you something.
Yeah, what are you hiding from?
Yeah, what went on in your youth?
No, my wife was in God. Stop it.
What?
I won't talk about my personal.
Oh, want to probe into everybody else's life.
Yeah, you know so much that I don't know about human nature. Well, why is it you've never sat down and analyzed why you eat so much?
You know what? It's interesting. I've hit everyone on the table. They're all turning on me. Look at this group.
Yeah. I'm going to hang up on you in a minute, and it will be your biggest punishment.
You're not opening up.
Well, you know,
why did you open up? What happened to you and the priest?
Interesting. Look at this. I've got Robin.
Yeah, a priest raped him with a hot dog.
Oh, goodness. Everything had to do with food.
I
gotta
eat more. The priest made Dominic take 500.
My wife just said you're 100% right.
He must have been abused on the kitchen table.
Did the priest make you eat 500 communion wafers?
I wasn't raised that way. But that is true, that the Catholicism gives that person a great deal of authority.
Fat people are usually victims of sex abuse?
No.
Oh.
They're doing something.
Oh, come on. You know that. They're hiding.
Distorted body image.
That's right.
Out of control.
Most women who are overweight have had some problem.
Yeah, but I'm not a woman.
Well,
look at this.
Try and find your penis.
You actually having me defend myself. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm hanging up.
Ralph, let me just understand something. You saw the vibrators and stuff, or devices. You saw the magazines. The period between after you seeing the magazines and then somehow the kid ends up in bed is blank to you.
No, it's not that it's blank, but nothing of
Did you change clothing in front of the priest? How did you get your jammies?
I don't remember, Your Honor.
Let me ask the question.
He doesn't remember the evening.
If the situation was so intimidating, at what point do you tell a priest, no, I'm not getting to bed with you two? If it was that huge a bed and that was...
Oh, I'll tell you how it went.
No, because I was getting on the phone.
After the devices, he said, let's all change into our pajamas and wash up. Ralph's there naked. Pictures were taken.
Oh, pictures?
Ralph was probably in the bed nude.
There were no pictures taken.
There was probably abuse. And then Ralph, after the guilt of the abuse and after his orgasm, he laid down. He said, "I'm getting back onto the floor."
You know, you're a dick.
And then he dressed it up, and then they had another session.
I was hoping you'd be.
And the only thing he remembers is getting out of the bed.
There was no fishing, was there?
Yeah. No time for fishing.
Except for Ralph.
Fishing for me.
Fishing for Ralph's worm.
Fishing for trouser trout.
You know, Ralph, you've ruined the bet for me.
Now you're going to beat up Ralph for being an abused
I
child?
was looking forward to this.
All right, anyway.
Oh, come on.
Dominic, thank you so much. And tomorrow is the big... And, sir, thank you for calling in and corroborating Ralph's story.
Wow, Ralph.
Let me see your heels that you're wearing tomorrow.
Wow, what? Nothing?
Those heels don't show your pretty feet, Ralph.
I don't think my feet are that pretty.
Let me see your feet.
Why do you wear open-toe shoes?
Yeah, little toe cleavage.
And paint your nails nice and red.
Fabian really sold me on these.
Yeah, those are cute. You're going to look really darling in this.
No, wait a second.
By the way, I'm not like Dominic. I don't feel bad for you at all.
No, I don't either. Listen, there's this guy at the store who had a similar. He was like trying, this shop that we went to get this other shop. That's all they sell to transsexuals or whatever. And so there's some guy in there, and he's trying to pair on, but this guy looked like Dan Haggerty. I mean, he was like full facial hair, and he's like strutting around in these.
In those things?
Yeah, and he wasn't. He didn't lose a bet, obvious.
Yeah, he was there for enjoyment.
He also wasn't dressing up like a girl. He was a man. And I don't know. It was
Just
weird
wanted
scene.
the shoes, huh?
Did we get that on tape? Did you trying on different boots and stuff?
No, you know why? Because I didn't know I'd have to get them yesterday. Because Fabian said, you have to get them today and walk around with them for a little while.
No. Just get everything on tape, will you?
Yes, even your rehearsals of walking.
The things.
I haven't walked around in them.
Did you buy a pair of shoes?
Yeah.
Did you go with Fabian to buy the shoes?
Yes.
Get it on tape.
Sorry.
You don't know what you're doing.
Sorry.
You're gonna shave for your.
Yeah,
you have to. Just too much hair on your face.
I'll do that in camera.
All right. Well, tomorrow we'll find out how it was when you dressed up in panties.
Maybe this will bring back memories.
And he's gonna tunnel bunny and do a lot of other things.
For the record, I know nothing
Ralph
else happened with the
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for the record, you don't remember what happened.
For the rectum.
Thank you. What is it, Papa? I have to take a break.
Our guest is here.
Who is our guest?
Susan Olsen.
Oh, yeah, right.
Cindy Brady.
Yeah. She wants to stop by and say hi.
And we always enjoy it when she does.
Yeah.
I don't get to put my heels on?
So you're going out tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Late tonight.
And he's going to go to some, transsexual clubs and parties.
Maybe.
Is he? He's going to get into the whole life.
Oh, yeah. He's going to experience gay lifestyle.
I'll have to see how much I have to drink.
What are you wearing for a dress?
I'm going to try a bunch of different outfits. I didn't really want to,
You don't want to spoil the fun.
Right. I want to save that for later.
Do you think there's any chance that Ralph goes over to that side and never comes back?
It's possible.
It's possible that he never lets go of that outfit and those pair of shoes.
You're feeling shaky about it? I mean, you're going to have to go out and, ask guys for sexual favors.
The only thing I'm feeling shaky about is it's really uncomfortable. Like these boots are really hard to walk in, almost impossible.
Really? Let's see, put them on.
Yeah, let's see you walk around. Do your thing. Strut your stuff.
He's going to dress up like a girl tonight and go out and ask guys if they need sex.
But he's going to clubs too.
Now should I just stand there and wait for them to approach me? I mean, I'm not real clear.
No, you should go up and make.
Oh, you got to. You're in. What is that you're putting on? What are those, man?
Those little hose.
Are those hose?
Yes.
Oh, you hideous. You are so homo, man. Why do you have to wear fishnets?
Feels good.
Is that what Fabian told you to wear?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. I'll give him that.
All the girls are wearing.
You look.
What happened when this guy Fabian, who cuts my hair and is also dressing Ralph up?
Yeah.
Ralph called him up and said, "Oh man, I lost a bet, and I got to dress up like a girl." And what did he say to you?
Darling, you won.
And he's not a transvestite.
And then we're going to get these shoes yesterday, and he's like. He grabs my arm. He goes, this is great. He goes, I never went shoe shopping with a heterosexual or something, a straight guy.
Tell him he still hasn't.
I said to him, well, that's in question.
Yeah, right. You seem to be enjoying this a little too much. I'm just trying to put a good face on it.
You think?
I think so. Let me see. Where's your booties? How long does it take you to get into your boots?
Hey, man,
Dude, I'm in rush a little bit. I'm doing a show.
I'm trying here, man.
All right, hurry up.
Ralph is always stretching that airtime.
It's like a woman.
Yeah. It takes forever to get dressed. We're all standing and waiting. Let's see how pretty your feet
Maybe
look,
he'll have
Ralph.
more sympathy for his dates now.
It's like impossible.
Come on, man, get your booties on, man.
See what girls
Look, Prince doesn't complain like that.
Robin, those are actually kind of nice boots.
I was going to say, maybe I'll keep him after Ralph if he'll let him go.
I don't think so. These are in my wardrobe now.
You look so pretty. All right, let me see you walking them.
Want to lick my heels?
Don't tie them all the way up. Just say you stand up.
Well, you have to, or you can't walk.
Dude, you're not going to walk.
Oh, he needs the ankle support.
Yeah. Let me see.
Stand up on the counter.
Walk around. Let me see.
Ooh, makes your calves look pretty.
It looks like
Maybe you should walk down the hall, Howard, and have Ganji get
You going to shave your legs, dude? You got to shave your legs.
I like the way it lifts your ass.
You look nice.
So walk a little bit, Ralph.
You look pretty.
Put a book on your head.
Like, he was trying to tell me how to walk. Like you have to. I don't.
Open for business back there.
Tarzan.
Nice pink baloney.
Are you going to shave your legs? You got hairy legs.
No, I'm just gonna wear hose.
Oh.
You can see that hair.
He's a fella.
Needs a fella.
Mike's voice.
Mike's priest.
You want a date, Jackie?
All right, let's take a break and we'll be back.
He's not going to make it out of the
Tomorrow should be fun as we learn about the story and what happened.
Yeah,
We'll be
what
back.
happened to Ralph last night on the town?
We'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
And we're back to tell you an important message from Jackie. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Saturday night, March 4th at the Taj Mahal. We're all excited for Jackie's success as he goes to Atlantic City. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-922-WINE. Remember, 516-922-WINE is not a pay service. Jackie branching into all facets of show business.
Vegas and Atlantic City.
Wow. What an exciting career.
That's the big time.
Yeah. And Jackie knows he has to do well in those places. So he might try to be funny there. All right, very good.
Work up some new material.
Yeah, might even
actually work on the act.
Might even be sober that night.
Take it seriously.
Maybe he'll need to face the crowd drunk. I don't know. Hey, anyway, in our green
the
room.
crowd would prefer drunk.
I know I do. Hey, let me just say that stopping by on our show today is Susan Olsen. She was the tiniest Brady, the little girl
littlest Brady, yes.
in pigtails.
Cindy Brady.
Cindy Brady, and she's probably the most together Brady in the sense that she at least understands that the Brady Show was a goof. You know, she seems to.
And she's not fighting that Brady thing.
Yeah, we're all debating whether she got breast implants since the last time we saw her.
Oh, I don't know. Have you seen her?
I don't know. But hey, Susan
not so
Olsen.
little anymore, huh?
Hello?
Did you get breast implants since I last saw you?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Well, what happened?
Hey, you look cute.
I swear to God, I did not.
You look cuter than the last time I saw you.
Oh, thank you.
Would you
Thank
take a cute pill?
You know, I think you like the straight hair better.
I think I like that shirt with the suspenders and the breast sticking straight out. No offense.
It's like they're being presented to you.
Yeah, and I like, I mean, those are pretty hard to ignore. No bra on those, are there?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What?
How can there be a bra? No, you're aroused then, aren't you?
Yes, it's
cold?
you, Howard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
The idea of meeting the king of all media?
That's right.
Well, we actually met on the Channel 9 show.
Well, yes, but still, once
And
again.
we met 1988.
There's a bra on those?
Can't be.
Really? I'm getting really
Well, they make bras with very thin material now,
That's
Jackie.
right.
Wow, I'm sorry if I'm staring, but
Look at Jackie. Jackie's ready to leap out of his seat.
licking his chops. Those are meant to be stared at.
Thank you.
Those are beauties.
I grew
Those are
them
natural?
myself.
Really?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Everyone back there was saying that you had gotten breast implants since we last saw you.
You know, I swear, people that know me, I think my ex-husband would say that, and it's really, really weird. It's strange.
You just started growing?
Started growing. Yes.
Wow.
I went on
I gotta
birth control pills.
Oh, that'll do
and
it.
it affect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're on the pill too, huh?
No, I'm off. I can't take it.
Too bad.
But
Wow.
it didn't-
Excuse me, I'm sorry I'm not looking at your face. I gotta
It'll
look.
take him a few minutes to get up
Yeah.
to your face.
Do you mind standing up again so I can take in the whole package?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
You're making her
Why?
embarrassed.
Why be embarrassed?
Because
She's in
you're
show
calling
business.
attention.
Yeah,
She obviously wore that outfit so I'd look.
No, she didn't.
She looked in the mirror. She couldn't.
You know what? I had on another shirt.
In
and
fact-
I borrowed a shirt from my girlfriend who's with me.
It's
I
not
said,
the shirt.
I gotta have a turn
That
around.
outfit, her dress comes all the way up to the breast, and the only thing cut out of the square of the breast
But you guys think women dress in the morning and they say, yeah, this will get them. That's not how it goes.
Beautiful breasts. Beautiful, gorgeous breasts. Are those D's? They have to
No.
be. What?
They're barely a C.
What am I learning?
What are you learning?
What bra are you wearing? Do you know? Is that the Wonder Bra?
No, I don't like the Wonder Bra.
You don't?
I shouldn't say that.
That's all right. Were you getting an endorsement?
No.
So then what are you worried
It gives me
about?
like one, you know.
It gives you one giant breast.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Ralph. We put him in one last night. You're telling me that that's not the Wonder Bra?
No.
It's the outfit, Howard. That outfit makes those center stage.
Is that what it is?
Sure.
I mean, gorgeous.
Oh, God.
Beauty.
You make me feel so good.
Oh, what I would do to those. Oh, they'd be so fouled by the end of the night.
Oh, dear.
Everything would center around those.
Little Cindy?
Yeah, all our activities would take place around those.
Home base.
What, do you have a nose job or something? You look a lot cuter. What's going on?
You know,
You've gotten better
I
looking.
noticed that you didn't.
Either that or I'm a
you
mess.
didn't think I was very good looking because I overheard you when Lisa Loring was on.
Yeah, I didn't think you were good looking when I met you.
I knew that those Brady girls would turn out good. Well, at least the two older ones.
Right.
There's only 3, and I'm the youngest.
No, you turned out okay.
Well, thank you.
And by the way, Susan is the one that, you know, flipped out when they had that Brady reunion show and wouldn't appear in it.
She is?
Yeah, don't you remember? Remember they had a Brady reunion show?
Yeah,
the whole gang.
The whole gang. And Susan held out for actual money?
Didn't you? You were on the show.
No, I was on the last one, unfortunately. The series, because I couldn't exactly turn down that money.
Right.
Brady's. It was a
Oh, you didn't do the movie, the TV movie?
I didn't do a very Brady Christmas.
Right. Yeah, she turned on that big reunion show.
Yeah.
The one that's just so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
She
watching
seems to be the only cast member that understands that the show was totally bad.
Yeah.
The rest of them really think it was good.
I know. Florence Henderson's now upset about the movie.
What is she upset
And
about?
I just
She
saw the
thinks
movie
that
last
they're
night.
trashing the Bradys.
How is the movie? The promos.
She's come around, though, because she did a cameo in the movie. I just
she
watched
did.
the movie last
And
night.
you didn't even get asked to be in the movie.
Yes, I did, and
Oh,
I
you did?
it, but I got cut out.
Oh, you got cut out of it?
Yeah, they had Chris Knight and myself and Michael Lookinland. They got us all together to do separate cameos,
Yeah.
and then they go and cut it out.
I know the people who wrote the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Rick and Larice wrote that movie. You met them.
It's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's funny?
Funny, yeah.
Yeah, because
I like it.
they, I mean, I actually thought it was going to be a dumb movie, but then I saw the promotional stuff on TV, and it looked kind of cool.
It's a spoof. Originally I thought it was going to be like another reunion thing, only they were recasting us. And I
Right.
was kind of insulted. I had spoken to Florence Henderson, who said, "Oh, you know, this script is insulting us." Blah 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 blah.
That's when
I
you knew it
couldn't
was
have a
good.
worse-
As soon as Florence Henderson said, "This is insulting us,"
Yeah.
you knew it had to be cool.
Well, I thought I'd probably like it because I have a sort of irreverent look at the
Well,
show.
Rick and Larice are pretty irreverent, and they originally turned in a script to Paramount, which was like really sick. I mean, I think, you know,
Maybe that's
Marsha
what Florence.
was gay.
yeah, I think Marsha was gay, and like, it was like really like a weird turn on events. And like, I mean, I think there was like, you know, biker gangbangs and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Florence.
Florence, I'm at with Alice the maid, I think. So I mean, whatever it was like some weird stuff going down, and Paramount freaked out and toned the script down. But
I see.
it still managed to be a little bit sick.
Well, it's actually good. I mean, it doesn't put the Brady Bunch down, but it just
Who
does
cares?
point out what geeks the Bradys were.
Yeah, right.
But you know, I don't have like a bad feeling about the show at all. In fact, what I want to do, and I'm doing, is producing a documentary on the show for CBS, and I'll have never before seen home movies that we took on the set, just to show what the experience was like for us, because you hear all these stupid child stars that
CBS
had
bought
a
that?
bad time.
So what do you got? You know what it was?
But I just
Robert
wanna
Reed.
Wrap it up.
Robert Reed, the closet homosexual.
Yeah.
That was the guy who played the dad.
Right.
Wasn't he gay?
Yeah.
Did you know he was gay the whole time? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did he prance around the set?
No.
Did
no,
he, like,
gotta believe me. There is absolutely no way you would have believed it.
Except when he took the boys away on vacation.
Perhaps on hiatus he behaved differently, but
But he never behaved awkwardly to the boys, did he?
No, and he was just like a father. He was so.
What are you trying to say, that
us.
homosexuals are pedophiles?
No, not all, but we're learning about some priests today that are.
priest, yeah.
Well, maybe Robert Reed was. You don't know. I'm just trying to find out. I'm digging, that's all.
No, he was absolutely fantastic. He was
And Florence Henderson never came on to you. She's not gay.
No.
No, okay.
No.
But she did have that date with Greg. So
Yeah, right.
Watch out for
Yeah,
old
but
Flo.
you know.
I don't know. Everything's getting very weird. So anyway, and then, what was this? Gary told. What did you tell me? You read in the Inquirer?
I think I saw it on Entertainment Tonight or something.
You had some substance abuse or something?
No.
What did you have? Did you have substance abuse?
I got a plain and simple DUI.
Oh.
And the Inquirer finds out about it.
Yeah.
They manufacture a close friend. Right?
Yeah.
And they write this really idiotic piece saying, Cindy, Brady Bunch, little sweetheart, battling nightmare of booze.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Oh, like Buffy.
Right.
The one who killed herself on heroin or something?
I thought you had fallen apart.
Which was the one that died on heroin? Buffy?
Buffy, yeah.
Yeah, I'll admit to being an idiot. One should not drink and drive, but I wasn't even out having a good time.
Right.
I knew that I shouldn't be driving. My friend, ex-friend, said, you've got to take me to work, because if I lose my job, I won't be able to move out, and he was my roommate at the time, and I wanted him out.
Right.
So I drove him to work. But, I mean, it's been a year, and I think it's mighty suspicious that I just finished up. You go to, like, alcohol driving school?
Right. That must be a fun crowd.
Teach you how to drive on alcohol?
Exactly.
Yeah. See, Jackie, you can teach that. If you ever lose this job. All right, everybody.
Backup gig.
You've never once been arrested drunk for driving, right?
I got a backup gig.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Jackie knows how to do it.
It's really a hassle, and I have to say that...
You knew you did wrong. It's not like he had a drinking problem.
Right, and as I said, even to the...
Do you need a drink right now? Because I can get you one.
You got it?
Yeah, right. No, but you don't need a drink right now, right?
You got some vanilla extract or no? So I get found out kind of at this class. The last night of class, I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. This is great. I still have, like, follow-up things to go to.
Right.
I brought candy in, and I'm like, see you, and I got recognized.
Uh-oh.
Exactly 1 week later, I get a call from the Inquirer. Miss Olsen, we have your court papers.
Whoa.
Then I got a call from Barry Williams.
Then your heart sank, right?
Then Barry Williams.
Who's Barry Williams, that guy from the Brady Bunch?
Brady, yeah.
The oldest Brady.
Uh-huh. He called me, and he said that he had gotten a call from the Inquirer. And I go, oh, jeez.
Yeah, right.
Do something on this. I thought they don't have any story. All they have are the court papers. And,
right.
Me and half the country have DUIs. And Barry says, well, what they're trying to do is say that you and I can't hang out with each other anymore because it always leads to too much drinking and that we just get loaded all the time.
Yeah, how did he get into this story?
Well, he had his own problems
did he?
before.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't realize.
I didn't realize that either.
Did he, though?
Yeah.
I think something came out about that, but what came out was in the Inquirer, so who knows?
Who knows?
Well, I think he sort of admitted that for a while he got a little wild and had a few problems.
Hey, who hasn't?
No, yeah.
All right. So anyway, so they took that and then they printed a story.
Yes, and they say my quote is like, "The show ruined my life." What the heck does the Brady Bunch have to do with me getting a DUI? And it says she does all the reunion shows because she can't get any work.
And meanwhile, you're the one who turned it down.
Right, and for the past 10 years, I've been a graphic artist and an illustrator.
Yeah, you're just not into show business anymore.
Well, unfortunately, fool that I am, I'm getting back into it.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Why?
But I'd like to do, I'd just as soon be behind the camera as in front of it. Cause
what's that big rock on your finger? Were you getting engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, you
got
are?
engaged December 2nd. Hello, Mitch.
Oh, no kidding.
Nah. Yeah.
Too bad. I liked you better when you were sort of desperate.
Were between.
Yeah. So some guys enjoying those beauties.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Too bad.
So what does Mitch do?
Mitch is a salesman.
Alcohol salesman?
Yes.
Works in a liquor store. Yeah. You know, you might not be able to work behind the scenes. I don't think your chest would fit behind the camera. So beautiful and luscious.
Keeps getting
All right, hey, listen, I got to take a break. We're here with, of course...
So basically what we're saying here is there's no drinking problem.
No.
You're fine.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hey, I'm not going to say that I've been a teetotaler. In fact, something I did in American Journal, I'm really concerned with how they're going to edit that. But I came out, I said, yeah, I did do drugs. I did experiment a lot.
What kind of drugs did you do? Ever do acid?
Name it.
Acid?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You like it?
That was my favorite.
Really? See, I didn't like it.
There's a number of things we need to delve into.
I guess I did it wrong.
I don't do anything now.
Now you're straight. You're completely straight.
Completely.
Hash
I
oil?
don't like anything. No, I don't even smoke pot.
No pot ever?
No.
You never smoked pot?
Not now.
No, but what about back then?
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, quite a bit.
See,
Is that how you
acid.
started?
Ever do mushrooms?
Yeah, I guess that is how I started.
That's what they say.
That marijuana leads.
That's what they say.
What happened to Jackie?
Well, so does milk. Everybody starts drinking milk. So,
Right. Ever do amyl nitrate?
Oh, yeah.
Kinky. Ooh. You did amyl nitrate?
What were you doing with the amyl nitrate?
Did that relax your sphincter?
You used to be able to get that in head shops.
Yeah.
See, like my girlfriend.
It was called Rush.
Rush. We went to high school together, and, back in the 70s, everybody was doing stuff. We had a head shop right across the street from school. We used to ditch school and go to the head shop.
So you did amyl nitrate?
Yeah.
And then did you do it while you were having sex?
No, but I've heard that that's very nice.
Yeah. I'd like to have sex with you. Before you get married, maybe for your bachelorette party.
Hey, yeah, you
What
can
is it, Gary?
My bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. Hey, we could throw you a bachelorette party over at Scores.
I'm sure you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. All right, listen, Susan Olsen is here. She's here actually to promote Nick at Night's Bunch of Brady. Would they hire you to go out and promote it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, super. Airs February 12th through 16th at 8 p.m. East. You're doing a great job.
Talking about all of her
amyl nitrate.
Oh, dear.
3 hours of Brady shows each night at Nick at Night, and I'll take a break. And also, Susan will be at Planet Hollywood tomorrow at 12:30 to donate a Brady lunchbox. All right, you'll suffer through that.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Right.
Planet Hollywood's kind of fun.
I gotta find out now. How old were you when the show ended?
I was 12.
Oh, okay. So then
But then it kept coming back and coming back.
Yeah, I want to learn about the first sexual experience. That's what I want to hear about next.
Okay.
First time you actually spread your legs for a guy.
Ooh.
That's what I want to know. We want to know everything. All right, Susan Olsen, a.k.a. Cindy Brady. And we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this.
This is Roseanne. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show. It's great. I love it.
Yes. Man, are we having fun. The life of the party is here. Howard Stern with Susan Olsen, a.k.a. Robin.
What does that mean, Howard?
I don't know.
Also known as.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh. I really knew
You're
that.
the only one in the room.
Cindy Brady. Susan shocked us by coming in here with beautiful breasts. No one would have predicted when I watched that show that your breasts would have turned out so lovely. Oh, if I could just hold them. And I really would. Like, they're playful. And they're rolling around in her shirt. You look great. Look super. Super, super. Got nice eyes, too.
Thank
they
you.
twinkle, and your hair's really nice, too.
Oh, thanks.
And you got a really nice nose.
Fed up with it.
Yeah, I like that. Your sisters turned out good, too. Maureen and...
Yeah.
I always dug Maureen, the oldest one.
Sure. Oh, you got to see the movie. The girl that plays Marcia is she's fantastic.
Anybody naked?
No.
I think the original script for the Brady Bunch, the movie, it was supposed to be so weird. It was like, the Bradys, like, 3 of the boys go with this priest, and they end up in the rectory, and he takes pictures of them with his camera, and it's really pretty wild. Wow. When you make love to your boyfriend, is he very involved with your breasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I could see that. Like, there's a lot of activity going on there.
Yeah, maybe that's why they started growing.
I think so. I can
love
imagine.
Helps plants and flowers and stuff.
Does that annoy you when he spends that much time on your chest?
No.
And some women do not like that.
Is that right?
Sandra Bernhardt doesn't like it. Remember she does that whole routine? Guys are constantly tugging on them, and that's why she might have gone off with girls.
That's true.
She says, yeah, it's like, Jesus, it's enough already.
Yeah.
Remember me?
Yeah. What about the rest of me? Did you ever feel like that? Like, oh, my God. Hey, yeah.
Because I mean, it really doesn't do much for me.
Right.
But I figure let him have fun.
Really? It doesn't do that much for you?
No.
Jeez, I always thought.
You guys always thought you were doing so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, you were only doing something for yourself.
15 seconds.
See?
Annoying,
That's
really
what we're
fast.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what we're
It's
saying.
irritating.
So what do? You just push him away after? Smack him in the head?
No, I don't.
Wow.
No, he has enough good sense to know when to move on.
Really? Well, no wonder you're in love.
Yeah.
And you're going to stay with him the rest of your life? You're never going to have another man?
Absolutely.
Oof.
Now, didn't you say that once before?
Yeah.
I sure did. I did, but I kind of had the feeling in the back of my head. It was more like my first marriage. I had to marry this guy because there's no way I was going to get past it or over it unless I gave it my best. We were together for 10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You broke it off with him?
Mhm.
You just came home one day and said, look, I'm leaving?
I just didn't come home one day.
And what'd you do? You called him?
No, actually, it took him about 3 days to realize that I was gone.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow, that must have been some marriage.
They were really communicating.
Hey, that sounds like a good marriage to me, quite frankly. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, he figured that I had left, but...
So when you're on the Brady Bunch, and you're a little cute kid and everything, are there a lot of guys as you're growing up who want to get in your pants so they can say they had a celebrity?
I'm sure, yeah, there are, but I can pretty much see through that. I could see
No,
through...
you can't.
No,
you can't.
Yeah.
I even explain to my kids that I say, you guys are real popular, but don't get confused.
Well, they can get confused because it's not really them doing anything. It's like secondary because it's you.
Yeah. Right.
So they're not really aware that people are after them because they haven't really done it.
They've never grown up as regular kids.
Yeah.
Now, if my father had been famous, maybe I would have been blessed with this miserable life of mine. I might have actually had some fun. But because I was Ben Stern's son.
You had to try to fit in.
Yeah, everybody ignored me because I was such a loser.
You couldn't find your group. And in fact, the group you were in, you didn't want to be in.
Yeah, and I couldn't get laid. So, at what point do you decide to give up your virginity? How old are you?
I was 17 when I made the decision. I mean, it was like a deliberate decision. Okay,
this is the year.
Let's get it over.
Let's see what it feels like.
Yeah.
Never tried it with a girl before then? Hairbrush incident?
No. No. But I picked out who I wanted the guy to be and everything. But, an attempt was made. But
and did he start calling you Cindy or did he call you Susan?
Gosh, if a guy called me Cindy, that would just freak me out.
Oh, I'd do it to you.
That would.
I'd get you in the sound, Cindy.
One guy asked me to put my hair in pigtails.
And do it?
I mean, he goes, it would just be interesting to kiss you with your hair in pigtails.
Oh man.
Well, I think
I'd do that.
taking a cab now.
So when you did it with the guy, it was good?
No, she's saying an attempt was made. But
an attempt was made.
Nothing happened again until my husband.
Really? No wonder you got a divorce.
Wait a minute, you were a virgin?
When you got married?
Not when I got married.
But when she met this guy?
Yeah, and then we had a long-distance relationship for a couple of years, so
No kidding.
I practiced a little.
Right.
He wasn't the only guy. Yeah.
Got it.
But there haven't been a lot of people. I'm a good girl.
If you were with me, I'd have you in the pigtails. I'd say, put on a diaper for your bad daddy.
Tiger.
Yeah, you'd wear a little diaper. She wouldn't know what hit her. Anyway, Susan Olsen stopped by to say that, yes, she was Cindy Brady, but now she is...
Susan Olsen.
Susan Olsen. And she is here to promote also Nick at Night, which is the network that just buys up reruns and keeps running them over and over again.
It seems to be working for them.
And it works.
They're showing some stuff that hasn't been seen in a long time, like the dreaded Brady Bunch Variety Hour, which is really
Oh, really?
Yeah. And the cartoon, which is somewhat of a holy grail of animation. It has been sequestered for many years.
Really? So you're going to show all that, and that'll be on February 12th through the 16th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 3 hours of Brady shows each night.
Oh, okay.
So you'll certainly get your fill.
A bunch of Brady's.
Also, yeah, and it's also it's so fun to watch the girls develop on the show. That's how I watch it. I do.
Maybe they'll do that for you every night. Give you 3 different years.
Yeah, it's cool.
You can see some development.
Yeah, it's cool. You seem like a little kind of flat, and all of a sudden, Marsha, the oldest one,
starts to blossom.
Yeah, she starts to get little nubs, and then by the end of the show, she's like full blown out breast.
She's giving her mother a run for her money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of a sudden, Florence Henderson's looking real old and haggard. I would have done Florence Henderson. I thought she looked real good on the show. Yeah. I would have done her. I would have done Marsha. I would have done all of you.
That's what in the movie. I mean, she wears a mini skirt.
Right.
And, I mean, she's.
Can you see anything?
Puppy. Well, no.
Can you actually see up her dress?
I mean, boy, does she look good, you know.
Right.
So do you still stay in touch with all those people? I mean, are you guys...
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we don't feel like an obligation. We don't send each other Christmas
Which
cards.
ones do you hate? You hate Marsha, right?
No, I love them all. I really
No, you
do.
don't.
Yeah, I do.
You were going to say something before about one of them. About their egos.
Really?
Well, I don't know. Some of them. Come on, say something bad about one of them. Come on.
Let's start a Brady fight.
Come on.
No,
Which is it, the one that you don't like, Greg or Marsha?
Fifth Amendment.
Didn't one of them go through puberty on the show and their whole futures, their whole lives?
I was just saying, I think that would be weirder. People say, it must have been so strange for you. You were so young and to go through all this fame. I said, I'm glad that I was that young. Because...
By the time it was over...
worse to go through puberty and have, be formulating your thoughts about yourself and have such a strange life.
Yeah, and then thinking you're so great.
It maybe warp you a little.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, as an adult, nobody's giving you that adulation anymore. And
So
it really
who
sucks.
had that happen to them?
Oh,
Greg and Marcia.
No, look, I mean, they went through that difficult period of time. I'm not saying...
So you can't stand them, huh?
No, I love them.
Nah, come on.
I love them.
There's something there.
Especially
I see it in your eyes. You like Maureen.
Mm-hmm.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see her naked?
I didn't
You ever
say
see
that.
Maureen naked?
Yeah.
How's that look?
Oh.
She have a really nice body?
Oh, she has a perfect body.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really jealous. And
Does she
had
shave?
a kid.
Does she shave?
Last time I saw her naked, we were all pretty young.
So she didn't have to shave. She's blonde.
Right.
You're a natural
I'm sure
blonde.
she
You probably don't have to shave.
Yeah, I do.
You're pretty. That's your natural color, right?
No.
Oh, it isn't?
Well, underneath it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I give it a little help because it's really a dirty dishwater blonde.
Got any video of her naked?
No.
There's been
No?
more video
No, but
cameras.
she looks great, and she had a kid, and like a week after having this baby,
She bounced back.
oh,
Yeah.
she never ever looked bad.
Does she have big
never
breasts?
retained water. No, but they're
They're
not
pert.
so much big, but they're really perky. They defy gravity.
Super. Hey, you know what they ought to do on that Nick at Night?
What?
You ever see on the Disney shows they do the time lapse? They should like speed up and do time lapse so you can see the girl's breasts developing. They're super. Oh yeah, super. Anyway, also if you'd like to meet Susan, a.k.a. also known as Cindy Brady, you can meet her at Planet Hollywood tomorrow at 12:30 to donate a Brady lunchbox. It's a little ceremony they do over there, and that way people.
Sure,
can
and
buy
it'll be
it.
there on display from
Yeah.
now on.
Well, anyway, I got to say you're a real classy lady.
Oh, thank you.
What is it? Howard, ask her about her upcoming Playboy pictorial. Is that true?
No.
No?
I'd never do that.
You wouldn't? Why? Want me to
Because
take
I'm
some
not
test
an
shots?
idiot. I just, that's not what I want to say about myself. Oh, look at me. I can take my clothes off. Doesn't that prove a
Nothing
lot?
wrong with
Hey,
that.
Susan, you're making me feel pretty bad. I'm going to do
Oh,
it.
you are? Really?
No.
Good girl. I knew. You're too smart.
No, she'd do it if it was the right amount of money, though.
Well, then again, like
Yeah.
it was the money where you could afford to leave.
That's what
Get
I
out of
said.
town,
If they
move
could,
to another planet.
if they could give me enough to retire, then I'd do it and leave.
Yeah.
You wearing panties or just pantyhose?
Thong.
Those are thong?
Yeah.
Good for you. Very nice answer. Good for you. So anyway, Susan, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to take some phone calls and play the Ku Klux Klan message, which everyone is looking forward to. So we'll be back right after these words.
All right.
Vermont Teddy Bear. Tell you, 1-800-829-BEAR. That's the way to go. All Vermont Teddy Bears are for Valentine's Day. Do you get a gift? You never get one?
Well, no, I just realized I have to remember to get one.
Yes.
To give
For your man.
for my man.
Tell your man to just pick up the phone and call 1-800-829-BEAR. Wouldn't you like a cute, like a really high quality, cute, cuddly teddy bear with a dressed as Cupid? You would be a sucker for that, right?
Yeah, I would.
And women love this. They make a thing called a Cindy Bear after you.
Really?
They do. It's beautiful. Yeah, little pigtails, two beautiful little truffles with big giant breasts. Really wild. Beautiful. Actually, there's a Cupid bear. The Cupid bear wears wings, a headpiece, and carries a bow. And the Gangster of Love is decked out in pinstripes and a fedora. And all Vermont teddy bears come with chocolate truffles and a card with your personal message on it. And speaking of messages, let the bear be the messenger. Have the card. Invite that special someone out for a romantic evening. It's a great gift. And you know what's so good about it? Your kids, your wife, your mother, your grandmother, they'll think you really knocked yourself out looking for this thing. Instead, in 2 seconds, you take care of the whole mess. 1-800-829-BEAR.
Let's return to the Howard Stern
I thought Susan Olsen was real cute.
Papa Fooey, of course, ran out there and called her Cindy. You know, after she said, like, on the air how, like, it's really disturbing as an adult how
didn't do that.
people call her Cindy Brady all the time. So as soon as he went out, he goes, Cindy, we'd like to take a picture here. And
no.
in 2 seconds. And then I just laughed. Because it's Papa Booey.
She just had cut 5 IDs in a row.
Right.
That said, hi, this is Susan Olsen. You know, Cindy Brady from the Brady Bunch.
Right. All right, okay. No, I mean, it was no big deal. I mean, I'm sure she's used to it, but you're always putting your foot in your mouth. It's funny. And then I like to hear you grovel and apologize.
I thought for sure that when
he gets into this thing, he like goes, so sorry. like almost like
he's like bowing and
like Alex
yeah,
Trebek.
Yeah, like no, not Alex Trebek. You're like Quasimodo. You bend over. It's like a hunchback in Notre Dame. I'm sorry. It's fun to watch. I just went Baba Booey. That's all. Booey. It was Archie Bunker asking Sammy Davis Jr. if he wanted sugar in his eye. Remember that one? Yeah.
All too well.
Right. You want sugar in your eye? I mean... Diarrhea. All right. So... Should I take some phone calls here?
I thought you were going to play the Ku Klux Klan message.
I was going to do that. At first I was going to take some phone calls. I was going to...
All right. Well, once you take the phone calls, we never get to the message.
Well, come on. We got to work into it.
Go ahead.
You don't just play the message.
Go ahead.
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on that I want to talk to you about, but I just feel like taking some phone calls, touching base with the audience, our important audience base.
You feel out of touch.
I sure do. Miami, you're on the air.
Reverend Jackson, Howard Stern says that you used to spit in white people's food at Popeyes. Is that true? No. Okay.
All right. Orlando, you're on the air.
Good morning.
I don't know what to make of that last call.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you a question. I called you about a couple of months ago about your book, Private Parts, on how to get it in audio.
Yes.
How do you do that?
You got to get me to sit down and read it to you.
What is going on with that?
Yeah,
you know what happened? I'll be honest.
I haven't been able to find
We
it.
were going to put out an audio thing of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I go into the studio and I start to read it, and I just can't stand reading to people. I can't bring myself to do it.
So what happens? You just bail out after
because
a second?
Because then I go, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we just did it? And I start producing a whole wacky tape, and it becomes a whole big project.
And cost money.
Yeah.
That they don't want to spend.
I just can't see selling people me reading a book.
But that's what they want.
I can't believe they want that. I just refuse to believe.
Ask this guy. He's looking for the tape.
Sure.
Ask him what
In
other words, I'm going to sit there and read the book. Are you a blind guy?
Yeah.
Oh. So, okay. So he's a very small part of the market. Most of us can see. But, you know, I mean, you want me to sit there? Let me talk to a sighted person, for God's sake.
In other words, they'll get people to read your book for you.
You mean you want me to sit there and read the book to you?
No, not you don't have to read it to me. But what I'm saying
You don't care who does it?
They'll have people that will read the book and put it on tape for you.
See, I think that'd be cool to have, like, Patrick Stewart from Star Trek read it or something.
Sure,
you know, one of those cool
that?
guys.
Good voice.
I masturbated for the first time when I was 5, watching Gilligan's Island. I wet my parents' bed. You know, that would be fun. See, that I could get into.
I buried my underpants in the backyard.
You know, I'd like to have, like, you know, James Earl Jones, Patrick Stewart, and Jason Robards all read my book.
Well, why don't you do that?
Professional readers.
Or maybe even get Grillo to read it.
Oh,
Then
Or do you want to torture them?
I don't know. I just couldn't come to grips. They kept putting me in the studio, and Fred stood there with me. Fred even, like, you know, it was a whole operation. Fred would go in there with me. Fred even bought me a music stand so I could read off it. I'd stand up and read. I'd sit down and read. And after like 5 minutes, Fred will tell you, I was just like, Fred,
I can't do this.
I can't do it.
I can't do this.
And then Fred would say, it sounds good. It's really good. I said, I know it. I said, it's fine, but I can't stand here and read.
Well, I got to tell you.
I'm zoning out.
I have a pair of eyeglasses with a magnifier on them.
Yeah.
But I got to get so dang close to the book that I just rather enjoy listening to it.
I knew a guy in college who had that problem.
Yeah.
At birth or something, they put too much oxygen in his tank.
Yeah.
You know, those little stupid warming bins?
Incubators.
The guy would have been fine without that stupid incubator, but they stick everyone in them. And they evidently didn't know how much oxygen to put in them.
Yeah.
So the guy's eyes were all freaky. You should have seen it was a real man. But he could almost see if they put this giant magnifier over his book, and then he'd like jam his face into the book.
Oh. That's what I have to do.
Yeah. I mean, what fun is that? I hate reading, and I can do it regularly. I can't imagine doing it through
this
that.
Poor guy's dying to read because he's doing it.
When I wrote my book, I said, I got to write a book for guys like me who hate to read books. Because I'm a nitwit. I have no reading comprehension. I read these books. I don't know what anyone's talking about.
I used to read quite a bit when I was younger.
No wonder I didn't break 1,000 on my SATs. I read these books. I say, wonder what's going on.
It isn't that difficult.
Oh yeah. I get bored. It's like oh man, can't they just make it into a movie so I could look at it, or make it into a comic book?
I know. I love these people who are always saying, "Did you read the book?" Whenever a book is made into a movie.
Yeah, why would I?
Did you read the book?
Well,
no.
I went out and just bought the book because it had you on it.
Yeah.
And I heard you talking about it and everything, and I thought it might be something good. My wife does, of course, you don't like the book.
Listen, between you and me, most people did what you did. They bought the book, they never even looked inside.
You know what, though? Why can't you have somebody read it to you?
Yeah, have your wife read it. Well, his wife can't stand. The book makes his wife throw up.
That's fun, though.
The thing is, they will have readers, like talking books. They will have readers that will read these books and record them and put them on recording. I don't know I don't think it would cost you anything, though, to have a reader read it for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would do something a little more dramatic than that. I might put out a Cliff Notes for my book. Did you know that? I'm thinking of doing that. I talked to the Cliff Note people.
Really?
Yeah, just so anybody who wants to just get through it quick. There's a whole secondary market in that. I might even get Cliff himself to read it. That'd be a novelty. Here is Cliff from Cliff Notes reading.
Alrighty.
I'm thinking of getting him. Yeah, he's very expensive, evidently. He's a high-priced guy. He's made a lot of money with that Cliff Notes. There's a guy named Cliff, Cliff Notes. There really is. You know that?
No, I didn't know that. Is his name really Cliff?
It's Cliff. It's a guy named Cliff.
It's a real guy.
It's a guy
That's what they're called, Cliff Notes?
Yeah. It was a real smart guy. Yeah, I know. It's a real smart guy in school probably who, everyone used to say, hey, Cliff, you got any notes?
What's the book about?
Right. So he finally wrote Cliff's Notes. Cliff Notes.
She thinks you're kidding.
No, I know, but I'm really telling the truth.
You really are telling the truth. You know you are, right?
Am I?
You really are.
No, I know I am.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I know I read that somewhere.
Yeah, because it sounds like something you'd be making up.
But I've read an abbreviated. The article about the Cliff Notes was only 2 sentences long.
Else you wouldn't have read the whole article.
Right.
It was Cliff Notes on the article.
Yeah. Exactly, Robin. Now you're getting with it. I'm telling you. Cliff Notes. All right, dude. You know what it is? I just can't bear to read my book. And then I even edited it down, so because otherwise it would have been a 12-hour tape. And I took the best parts, and then all of a sudden I started producing it, and I started putting the actual clips in from when stuff happened, and it started to become a whole big project, and I just finally said, forget it.
Like your movie.
So there's going to be no...
Not like my movie.
Well,
don't give up.
The movie comes out.
Listen, the movie's going to come out, but I got news for you. It's going to be a good movie when it comes out. I can put out a bad movie tomorrow.
See, I'll be able to see a movie, but I can't read the book. So.
The only reason everyone thinks the movie's taking a long time is because, like a jerk, you know me, I talk about everything. So, hold on.
Okay.
There'll be a movie.
All righty.
Goodbye.
You all have a nice day.
Okay.
You can't see the movie anyway. What are you worried about?
You can watch a movie.
I'm legally blind. I'm not totally blind.
I don't know. Then you can read a book.
No,
make a tape for him. He's legally blind. He's not locally blind. He's who knows what he is. You imagine him at the movies?
No, he's got to sit real close to the screen.
He's got his head. He's feeling the screen. Right. He's doing Braille on it.
Tell him any movie's your movie.
Exactly. Yeah, my movie's out now. Yeah, I make phony phone calls in it. Hey, Jerky. Orlando, you're on the air.
This is your godfather, and I'd like to dedicate this bong to Jackie Marlowe. You know, my bong is special because I use urine instead of water.
It keeps you healthy.
Sometimes it's even cat urine.
Haven't had a cold all year.
Oh, no. I'm on Sudafed and NyQuil.
All right. Buffalo, you're on the air.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What's happening?
I don't know. What's happening?
Well, you tell me. You called me.
Is this Howard?
That's like Gary. Every day he calls me at my house and he goes, Hey, boss, what's happening? I go, Gary, you called me. Oh, that's right. It's the same thing every day.
He's even confused afterwards.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't even know how to make a phone call to my house. I hate to goof on the guy every 5 minutes, but he's a plethora of comedy. It's error after error after error.
Sounds like a man with a lot of personal problems.
No, he's just like this is how he calls. He calls me up. I get on the phone and he goes, "Hi, Howard. What's happening?" What do you always say?
I say, "Hey, man, what's up?"
Yeah, what's up? That's what he says.
But you're taking it like, "What's up? What do you want?"
No.
I probably should change it to "How are you?"
No, but of course. It's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And I'm like, wait, he called me with an agenda, and he's asking me what's up. In other words, he called me.
But I'm not asking.
Hey, man, what's up?
But I'm not asking you what's up. It's me.
He's calling me about business, and he goes, "Hey, man, what's up?" No, I know exactly how you say it.
It's me asking you, "How are you?"
No, you're not. I never heard someone say, "Hey, man, what's up?" and it's a, "How are you?"
What do you think? I don't know I'm calling you?
You don't know how to say, "How are you"?
I always say to everybody I talk to, I go, "Hey, what's up? How you been?"
It sounds so retarded.
I know what you're talking about because when he does, I really don't know how to answer.
No, there's no answer.
You're so socially correct, Robert. You would know.
He goes like this. "Hey, man, what's up?"
Yeah. And you're like,
I'm like,
nothing.
Gary, you called me. That's what I always say to him. And he goes on every time.
No, usually go, "Nothing. How are you?" No, good.
No, I never say nothing. How are you? I have no clue that you said how are you.
How are you?
Liar.
You don't answer how are you. You don't know how to answer that.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Most of the time you say nothing. What's going on?
What can I do for you, sir?
I need your help making a decision.
What, you want to fire Gary?
No, it has to do with women. Okay, I listen to your show every day. Okay, I think we got a lot of the same likes as far as women go. Now let me tell you, women number one. Okay, beautiful girl, tall, gorgeous.
Hi, you're on the air. Who cares?
Hello?
Did you care?
No.
Me neither. What
I
a
was
bore.
wondering I thought you were going to bail as soon as he told you the subject.
San Jose, San Francisco, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. I just woke up.
And don't do an impression of a gay guy. You're not gay.
I'm not gay. What? I sound like I'm gay?
No, he's doing the impression of a sleepy guy.
Oh, I thought it was a sleepy gay guy. You know, San Francisco, a lot of gays.
Yeah. No, I'm not gay. What the hell? You're gay.
Okay.
I got a girlfriend, and she's a model.
All right. What can I do for you, sir?
I just wanted to tell you I like your show.
Thank you.
And I'm a postal worker.
Oh.
It's my day off, and
You've got a model girlfriend? You're a postal worker?
Yeah. Yeah, all the postal workers get model girlfriends. They're guys who just know how to go out and have a fun time.
Man, I wish I...
Hi, you're on the air in Los Angeles.
And what does how pretty his girlfriend have to do with whether he's gay or not?
Yeah, right. I'm sure she's a real beauty. Los Angeles, you're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah.
How you doing?
All right. You have to hang up on a guy once he says, "How you doing?" You're on the air. Yes? All right. This is not working out. Hello, you're on the air. Might be time for the Ku Klux Klan message. Hello, you're on the air. Hello? Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, I'd like to volunteer to read Howard's book.
Oh, well, we weren't looking for volunteers.
Maybe she was just volunteering to read it to that guy.
Albany, you're on the air. Texas, you're on the air. Dallas.
Listen, I'd like to talk to Howard about something.
Go ahead.
Okay, down here in Texas at the Eagle in Dallas.
The radio station, yes.
Right. We have a guy named Russell Martin.
Russell Martin is on the air?
Yeah, he's killing Howard's show.
What is he doing?
Well, the guy comes on, during commercials and stuff like that, and he tries to act like Howard, and he tries to talk like him.
Yeah.
And he's just killing Howard.
Well, this is my problem. I don't know Russell Martin, but all I ask of the stations that carry this show is to run the show as it exists. When the commercials come on, break for commercials, and as soon as you can, get back into the show. You don't have to talk. What does he talk about, this Russell?
He just talks and
why? Who needs him to do this?
I don't know. He just tries to be you.
He doesn't have to be me. I don't want. And you know what? These guys don't realize. Nobody wants to hear a guy being me. And the station they do nothing. They just let it run.
Well, your commercials what supports your show.
Send me a tape of him, will you?
I will.
I want to hear what he's doing. What does he say?
He's killing your show. I have to just turn it off and.
Yeah, I mean, this is what kills me.
Okay.
I need a monitor.
Know.
Thank you very much. I need monitors and spies in every market. I need it because I got news for you.
Well, he's making your show a wreck down here.
Well, that's good. I want to thank him for that. I want to know why the station would go out, spend money, and hire this show, go to all the trouble of putting this show on the air, finding sponsors for the show, and then allowing somebody to talk during my show. What does he talk about? The weather?
Just anything. I mean, he's even mentioned, oh, I wished I was hired. He's so cool. I'd like to be like him. And he just.
No, it's not necessary. Listen.
Why has he got time to talk?
He should not have time. He should be doing commercials.
I don't know, but
and if he's not doing commercials, go to our commercials.
Yeah.
That's
well,
all.
I just want to let you know he's wrecking your show down this area.
Thank you. You made my day.
All right.
Gary, get me Russell Martin on the phone, please.
Papa Floli.
Thank you. Thank you.
Papa Popo Fooey.
Papa Fooey, get me Russell Martin on the phone. Thank you. See? See what I do all day? This is what I do all day.
You spend all day now fixing the show.
Cleveland, you're on the air. Hello, Cleveland. I see. Philadelphia, you're on the air.
Morning. I just wanted to let you know that your station down here ran commercials.
Oh, I know. I'm already on that. I talked about it earlier this morning. I'll get to the bottom of that, sir. What is that, Russell Martin?
No.
Who is that?
Don't take that phone call yet. First of all,
what?
You shouldn't let the listeners get you riled up because they mean well, but they don't have all the information. You can't talk to Russell Martin now because Russell Martin doesn't do mornings. He does afternoons. Some of his promos might run during our show, but Russell Martin is not cutting in and doing the show.
Oh, I see. All right. You see,
makes a big
this is why people get me nuts.
You gotta, they can't do that to you.
What this guy's talking about in Philadelphia, though, I know what he's talking about. I'm taking care of that. Don't worry, I'm on top of it.
All right, the other thing was that I've been trying to call you for about a week. You had a problem last week with Gary and the tapes and Kathy and running a bit. Well, I wanted to, I'm a management consultant by profession.
Oh, I'm going to take you up on this. I think I know where you're headed.
Yeah, I was going to offer my services.
Let me get this straight. You would come down here and look over my situation?
Business operation improvement, yes.
Ooh. You know what? I don't normally pay attention to offers like this, but this is one that I would love. Would you, in other words, is your business to walk into another business and evaluate how things run?
That's exactly what I do.
And you can tell me which of my people are efficient and which are not?
I tell you how to improve your business operations.
Ooh, boy, I'd love that.
So any systems that don't particularly work efficiently or effectively, you could change and implement other systems?
We would identify, I could identify what doesn't work, and I would recommend how to change it so it does work.
Would I love that? Would you give me a report on the air?
How long does it take?
Well, it depends how big the operation is. But
it's a huge operation.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The 3 things I need done each day are never done.
Probably a couple of days.
Ooh, I would love that. And what do? You walk around and you interview them? You talk fa-fa-fooey and you say, hey, here, I want to know how you do this and this and this?
Right. The traditional way is to interview people individually. There are other techniques to do it as a group and look at an operation as a whole.
Ooh, would I love that. All right. Do it.
You're going to take him up on it.
Yeah, let him do it. It's offering his services. Doesn't cost me anything, does it?
Nope.
Well, there you go.
So you're just going to let a stranger prance in here and look at...
May I know your credentials? Can I know your credentials? Because someone over there, his teeth are sweating.
Howard, I hate to say this, but we have a guest on the line that we have to talk to.
Oh, I don't care who's on the phone. Who's on the phone?
It's the guy that wrote the OJ book. It's not on the phone. It's on the satellite. But we have a 10-minute window of opportunity.
All right. Well,
you hold on, sir.
Hold on. Do me a favor.
Yeah, I'll get his number. We can call him back.
What is your resume, quickly?
Well, I work for a major corporation that you would know. I do this for a living. I've done it for 7 years. I've reorganized, done this improvement in companies like Microsoft.
Do you have your own business?
No, I work for a major corporation.
Yes, this is a corporation that does this kind of... Hold on. Don't go anywhere. You might be my biggest find yet.
Okay.
Systems man. That's what I need, a systems man. Now, on the phone is... Excuse me, on the satellite. Is he on the phone or the satellite?
Satellite.
Wow.
You seem impressed.
Is a guy named Lawrence Schiller.
Yes.
Used to be known as Larry Schiller, but became a whole big shot once he wrote the OJ book.
Once he grew up.
Now, Lawrence?
How are you, Howard? I thought you were going to hire this guy to reorganize your mind.
Oh, I don't know about that. Lawrence, are you making jokes?
No. I'm getting this feedback.
I
have
see.
to turn down your speaker on your side.
Let me see. Why is there feedback, Scott, my smoky engineer? Push this down? Why would you? Let me ask you something, Scott. Why would you leave if it isn't set up right?
I didn't hear the feedback.
You didn't hear the feedback? Okay, we have
because
put it
he
down.
wants to prove to you, Howard, you need to be reorganized.
How are you now? You getting an echo?
No, I'm fine, Howard.
Now you're fine. Hey, so Lawrence, I've been seeing you around on TV, but these guys don't know how to interview you.
Well, I don't know how to interview myself.
Well, let me handle this then.
Okay.
This is the guy who got to go to OJ's cell with him
and write the book.
First off, OJ say anything to you about me?
Well, the first thing is, Howard, we never discussed you. We did discuss that this was OJ's book and not mine. I wasn't going to be an investigative journalist in this instance. He had a lot he wanted to say. It was like a dam bursting, water, torrents of water coming out. He was all over the wall like a shotgun. And my job was to organize what he wanted to say and find a form to put it into a book and eventually on an audio tape. And that was different than I normally do for your friend Norman Mailer or your old friend Albert Goldman, when I've done thousands of interviews for their books.
Right.
But are you saying that O.J. was crazed?
No, I'm not saying he was crazy.
He's saying he had a lot to get off his...
It sounds like he said when he was shot off the wall.
But he had a lot to say, and when you look at all the transcripts, you see it's all there.
No, but first of all...
300,000 letters. There were bundles of it all over his cell, and he wanted to communicate.
First of all...
If Barbara Walters didn't want him, or Larry King, he would find a way to communicate.
Lawrence...
So, obviously, Howard, he needed to make some money.
Oh, boy. We got a train wreck going here.
Right on the audio tape.
Hey, Lawrence.
Right in the book.
Lawrence, even a train comes to a stop.
He was out of jail on bail.
Oh.
Can he hear us? A sound stage.
Hey, Lawrence.
He's working maybe with 3 writers.
Hey, Lawrence.
There's no difference of him being out of jail or in jail. His rights are the right to vote. The only difference
Lawrence.
is the white Bronco and Al Collins drove him down.
Can he hear me? Wait a second.
What happened, Howard?
He was on a flight from justice, so he's not out on bail.
He can't hear us.
Hey, Lawrence, can you hear me?
I can hear you wonderful.
What are you're just talking. You're not answering. I'm trying to interrupt you a little
bit. The only way to do a good show with you is to take charge.
No, Lawrence, let me slow you down, pal. This is Lawrence.
The greatest challenge of my life.
Lawrence.
Bigger challenge than Gary Gilmore
Lawrence.
or Madame New or...
Where is my meditation tape? Where is my meditation tape,
and
Fred?
I got to tell you, when you want to talk about Lee Harvey Oswald, I'll do 2 hours with you one-on-one.
Wow, no chance of that.
Mailer and I just finished this book called Oswald's Tale of the American Dream. We went to Russia. We interviewed the KGB, and you got to have Norman.
This guy's out of control.
With Norman, you can have me.
Wow, it's a miracle OJ didn't kill you, Lawrence.
Yeah, how did he get a word in?
Howard, I don't think he killed anybody because if he did get involved in this crime, if he was responsible in some way for the death of his ex-wife, it no longer exists in his mind. And I've interviewed enough people that have committed antisocial acts over the last 30 years that you can't put that out of your mind after 15 interviews in 30 hours.
Don't you think...
I've come to the opinion, based upon my interviews alone, that O.J. Simpson did not commit these crimes. But if the evidence in court shows otherwise, if the jury is convinced beyond a reasonable doubt, and it is unmistakable that O.J. committed the crimes, then I got to tell you, I'll re-examine what I've done, and obviously I got a book of denial and I got a tape of denial.
Hey, wait a second, Larry.
Now, based upon my interviews, O.J. did not commit the crime.
Larry, first of all, let me play you something so you can relax a little. You're hyper.
I can't relax.
No, listen to me.
4 o'clock in the morning.
Do what this guy says. Listen.
Every time you inhale, feel that you are filling your body with total peace and tranquility.
Can you hear that?
Each time you...
Are you doing it?
Lawrence.
I can hear it.
You are shot out of a cannon.
Understand it? No.
No, listen to me, Lawrence. Listen to me.
Howard, am I as good as Ross Perot on your show?
No, Ross Perot never came on my show. Listen to me.
Shoot.
Lawrence, you are telling me that you don't think that O.J.
committed this murder.
That is what you're saying.
I don't believe he was involved in this crime at all based upon my interviews with him.
Now,
I've interviewed a lot of people.
Isn't it possible psychologically...
None of them can really hide it.
Isn't it possible psychologically that somebody can snap and therefore just go into a total denial and say, I didn't do it, I'm telling you I didn't do it, I had nothing to do with it?
Howard, you're 100% right, but I got to tell you...
And you're not a criminal expert.
To me, 2 stories side by side in tandem that made me make up my mind. And that was when he talked about the death of his father and how God had given him 5 minutes with his father. And then he automatically started to cry and talk about why God did not give him at least 1 minute with his ex-wife before she died, and how horrible it must have been when she saw the killer and what was going through her mind. The way he told me those stories, the way he broke down and cried. This was not a man in denial. This was.
I think that's a guy's afraid of going to jail for the rest of his life.
Going from one event to another, correlating the two events, putting them in tandem, and I got to tell you, that was a very convincing moment for me.
Hey, Lawrence, is he masturbating in the cell, or he still, can I ask that? Is that a legitimate
Howard,
question?
only a man like you would answer, and there are some questions that have no answers, and
really?
that doesn't mean somebody's withholding the answer. Howard, lift yourself up, rise above it. This is an important issue. This is a trial of the century.
You think that's an outrageous question?
Which is exploitive.
You think that's an outrageous question?
For this interview, yes.
Really? Well, I'll strike that from the record.
But because I respect you a lot more than that question. Whatever producer wrote the question for you and put it in front of you.
Didn't no one wrote it?
What are you
talking
about? Came out of my own mind.
Organization. Let's get rid of those types of questions.
And what about OJ? When you took a look at his notes and things, I noticed that in some of these love letters he wrote to Nicole, he spelled the word start S-T-A-R-T-E.
Well, I have dyslexia, too.
Yeah, but come
when I
on.
get done with my editor and my grammar, it's all cleaned up. And, you can tell a little bit on this show.
I see.
So OJ's, doesn't come clean to the writing world, and neither do I.
Now, who do you think killed Nicole?
We express ourselves in the best way we can.
Who does OJ think killed Nicole?
Who does OJ think killed Nicole?
I think he feels that the answer to the murders lies in the world that Faye Resnick inhabited. He didn't like He didn't like the fact that she rose up in their lives again, a woman who was involved in drugs, in fact, that checked herself in only 2 days before. And
I think it was drug-related.
About the third time.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't like drugs around the house. He didn't like the fact that Faye Resnick was living in that house with his kids. And I think that disturbs him, and I think he believes the answer to the murders are there. He knows that even if he's acquitted, the public is going to think he's guilty. That he'll never be set free
OJ have
until the real killers are caught, and that's only going to come about not by the police,
of course,
who could investigate this crime.
Why isn't OJ taking this Faye Resnick then and investigating her and getting deep into what was going on?
Why isn't the defense taking the tack that we can present an alternate case?
Yeah,
because that's not the way our judicial system works. You know it as well as I do.
I don't know anything.
We're not lawyers.
Is to show the jury he didn't commit the crime.
I think it would show if you presented some other...
I think the evidence... Let me say something.
Oh, here's the answer to the crime, and
Lawrence,
everybody looks the other way.
Lawrence, let me say
Howard,
something.
You're an intelligent man. And
are you reading, Lawrence?
A long way.
He is, right?
You know what the first order of business is. And after the first order of business, I'm sure there's going to be a public outcry. He knew what questions we were going to ask and wrote answers.
He's like Kreskin. Lawrence, are you reading from a piece of paper?
It doesn't matter.
No,
you're not.
I have to tell you, this is extemporaneous.
You're kidding me. You're amazing.
Days at Pepperdine, and I really enjoyed it. Howard, when I saw the list today, I didn't know I was doing Howard Stern until about 3 hours ago, and I said, "Thank God, somebody is finally going to hold me to the ground." And Howard, I got to tell you, this is really enjoyable. And one day, I hope to talk to you about Lee Harvey Oswald.
Well, let me just say something. You make G. Gordon Liddy sound short-winded. I got to tell you, the first guy. But I got to tell you something. The evidence to me is overwhelming. The blood in the car, the blood on the socks.
Yeah,
how does OJ explain that?
Howard, you're right. I respect what you're saying, but you know enough about DNA.
Yes, I do.
DNA does not does not prove that somebody is that. What it does is it excludes people.
I don't have blood on my socks.
The percentage
Forget DNA. Where'd the blood come
from? And that's what's happened.
Why is there blood on OJ's socks?
Lawrence. But there are lots of problems with DNA.
Lawrence.
And I don't think that's
the
which this case stands on.
I give up.
If I was investigating it, I'd look at all four legs. And you've got a timeline, which is one leg. You've got DNA, which is another leg.
OJ has four legs.
You've got motive, which is another leg. And spousal abuse doesn't mean motive.
Oh, come on. Sure it does. The guy was a stalker. Guy was a stalker. Wait a second.
Well,
let me tell you something. A wife abuses
when I got
stalker.
divorced the first time, I was interested in who my ex-wife was going to.
Well, I'm looking into your background.
He was too.
I'm going to send you to jail.
Is your wife
did it with the drapes open, so anybody walking down the street could watch her on the couch.
Is your life still alive, Lawrence?
My first, yes. And she's a wonderful woman.
There you go.
And, she raised my first three kids tremendously.
Right.
But I got to tell you, she never conducted herself in public the way I think Nicole Brown did.
So what?
Got to do with anything.
Look at the way OJ conducted himself. Look at the way OJ. Do you think OJ used to beat her?
He's not innocent either. None of us are.
I am.
We all got trucks that have run over us.
Lawrence,
a lot of track marks.
Lawrence, you know the truth. You know the truth. You know the truth, Lawrence. You know
That's
the
right.
truth.
You know, we're not on the wall. Get down into the gutter with the rest of us sinners.
Lawrence.
That's what I say.
Lawrence, you know the truth in this case. Deep down
I am
inside,
not the detective that solved the crime.
you know OJ cut off those 2 heads. I know you know it. You're too smart for this. You're too smart for this. You're not a dumb guy.
No, I hope...
I don't have a pair of socks in my house with blood on them. I don't have a
There's
Bronco.
no blood in your car?
There's no blood in my car.
But, you know, I do my job the best
There's no
I can.
blood on
Lawrence,
the bottom of your bed?
there is no blood on the bottom of my bed. There is no blood on my socks right now. There is no blood in my car right now.
Can I tell you
If I saw my wife in bed with a whole football team...
But that doesn't mean that
you didn't kill him.
Well, unless you get a
There's
videotape...
a lot of evidence, Howard. We're not going to run away from the evidence.
Lawrence,
See what the evidence really
Lawrence,
means.
what you are saying is...
there's a lot
unless
of blood
there is...
missing, too. The police on the very first day took some blood from OJ, and about 20% of it, from what I understand, is missing. What happened?
Lawrence,
you know
look,
that every police department, Howard, every
Lawrence,
police
you're not listening to me.
department that deals with all of these drug cases.
If you
have a
saw your wife...
mindset of there are too many guys getting away from crimes, and I'm not saying that they
How did they get
something to
OJ?
hurt OJ intentionally,
Right?
But there's a lot that goes on, and you and I know it.
Lawrence,
So you think the
Nobody
police
is
framed
right and
OJ?
nobody is wrong.
So the
If
police
people
framed OJ.
falsified the evidence. They've got to be.
No, I think he's saying the drug dealers
If OJ
did.
Simpson committed the crime, he's got to pay his
I give
debt
up. I got to say,
society.
I can't take it.
And there's no question about it. But
Lawrence,
he's innocent until proven guilty, and the jury's going to decide.
Lawrence, thank you for joining us. You are Lawrence Schiller. You co-wrote the OJ book, I Want to Tell You, and it is available on Time Warner Audiobooks as well. Am I correct?
Thank you, Howard. It is.
Thank you, Lawrence. Wow, Lawrence can rap.
I'm exhausted.
Well, I tried. What I wanted to say to Lawrence...
Sounds guiltier than OJ.
There you go. What I wanted to say to Lawrence is, if you saw your wife in bed with a whole football team, would you kill her?
Doesn't mean you go kill her.
Right. Judge Ito, I predict, will never put him on the stand.
You know, in one breath he says OJ loves his wife, and then OJ wants to assassinate her character after she's dead.
I don't get it. I don't know.
She was single, so she had some sex. OJ was doing it with everybody and beating her and throwing her out in the cold.
Yeah. Please. I don't know. Everyone's all heated up. I don't know. Will OJ walk? 9 blacks on the jury? Very good chance.
Oh,
Very good
that's a
chance.
shameful statement.
Hate to say it, but it's true.
Shameful statement.
Listen, it's proven.
They're already fighting.
They're already fighting.
They say that woman from yesterday who was kicked off the jury, her husband is denying that his wife had a shoving match with one of the jurors and that there was any fighting. But that was a shameful statement, Howard. I will say it once again.
I'm not afraid to say it again. African Americans will...
You do not know these people, and once again,
Yes.
you are making a blanket statement that all black people think the same way.
No, I think all black people think the same way when it comes to... Not all black people, but a majority of blacks are very hesitant. Listen, we had a time...
You have gone out and interviewed blacks?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. I grew up with blacks. I got to tell you something. For many years in this country, if a black man was on trial, it automatically meant conviction.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is, and maybe it's the proper knee-jerk response. Nowadays, I personally think times have changed somewhat. But nowadays, what it means is, if a black guy sits down and he looks at a case where there's a black man accused, he wants to go overboard and say the guy is innocent no matter what the evidence is because they're just framing him.
Let me say something to you because you're missing one of the points.
Yes.
That has been the case in situations where the police are giving the majority of the testimony.
Right. That's true.
The exculpatory testimony.
You got to hear this.
But let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
Are there no black people going to jail? I mean, with your statement there, you think that the jails are full of white people.
I'll tell you something. The most depressing case of our time is this Mayor Kahana killing. Now, I don't know if you agree with Mayor Kahana. I don't know anything about Mayor Kahana, but Mayor Kahana is the head of the JDL. I'm going to tell you it in a story form because most people like stories. He was the head of the JDL, and he was killed by this Arab, and there was about 10 witnesses who saw him shoot. You know, they saw him shoot him. And he went in front of what they call an ethnically mixed jury, mostly black and Hispanic.
Yes, but this was certainly not a black case.
No. And they said, well, here are eyewitnesses who saw the man pull the trigger on this guy. And the jury voted not to convict. So it was like, what kind of courtroom is that?
That was not my question.
Yeah.
My question was, are no black people going to jail?
No.
No.
That's right. It's a myth that black people are going to jail. It's true.
You'll do anything to support your argument.
I have to, even lie. We have to take a break, Rob, and then we should begin news. You were right. We did not get the Ku Klux Klan message.
I knew it.
Although my message sounded a little bit like the Ku Klux Klan message, so that was close enough. All right, we'll take... What was that?
Wake up, white people.
All right, very good. No, in the Kahana case, I think it was the ethnics just didn't like the Jews, which we all know anyway is true. Nobody likes the Jews. All right, let's take a break. Everyone calm down from that incredible interview we just conducted with Lawrence Schiller.
Or he conducted himself.
I think he basically said, hey, if I'm going on Howard Stern, I'm just going to keep talking.
Railroad.
Yeah. I want to snowboard. But it doesn't work. I mean, you got to have a dialogue.
He missed it.
Yeah, all right. We tried to connect. It doesn't always work. I actually
talking, and then all of a sudden, these actors and actresses take over. I want to know the point at which they discovered O.J. taping this book and threw him out. I want to know everything.
Yeah. Well, we can't find out much.
We'll never find out.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
You know, I wanted to talk to Lawrence Schiller, who wrote the O.J. book, about how I would never buy a copy of the book, but he's a hard guy to talk to. I would never buy that book because I would never...
It would have even been fascinating to know how he felt about O.J. before he talked to him.
I don't know. The guy can't filibuster. I think if you're going to defend O.J., you got to filibuster. You know, you got to sort of like...
That's the only way to do it, I think.
Yeah, to sort of bludgeon.
Questions get in there edgewise, you're dead.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Didn't sound like he believed what he was saying.
Well, I think I think on some level he believes. I'm not calling the guy a liar. I'm just saying that...
The point is he just wants to ignore the facts. I mean, the moment you bring up blood or any kind of evidence at all, yes, I'm not ignoring the evidence.
Right. I mean, the evidence is so overwhelming that, you just can't dismiss it and say, gee, Faye Resnick lived in a fast world, therefore Nicole lived in a fast world, therefore, how come Faye Resnick isn't killed?
O.J. changed his mind by saying he had 5 minutes, father, and he wished he had a minute with Nicole.
Yeah. And what did Lawrence say? O.J. said, I wish I could have had a minute before she was killed?
Yeah, why didn't God give me a minute with Nicole?
Well, God could have given you as many minutes as you wanted. You could have
had
said
a whole lifetime.
You could have talked to her and then killed her.
It's all up to you.
Yeah, he was in control. But I would have told Lawrence if I could have gotten a word in edgewise. I would never buy the O.J. book, and the reason I would never buy the O.J. book is I wouldn't contribute 1 penny
to his defense?
To that freak's defense. Because I want to see him rot. Because I feel he did it, and I feel that there are 2 people who are dead. I hear the story. There's Ron Goldman. The kid's a young guy just starting out in life, and he's got a whole bunch of things going on. And this guy shows up to give a pair of glasses, and this O.J. rips his throat out.
Yeah, he's nice enough to do a favor for a friend.
Wow, yeah. Teach you to be like me and don't do anybody a favor.
That's right, don't stop.
Don't stop. Don't
get involved.
Somebody calls up for glasses. Although I do think that if it had been not Ron, if it had not been Nicole who lost the glasses, but let's say...
If the job had been taking him to her mother's house, say Nicole lived in Laguna and the mother lived right around the corner.
It would have been, I don't think Ron would have run out the door. I mean, it must have been pretty exciting to deliver glasses to that blonde bombshell. They were showing some pictures on Current Affair last night of Denise Brown, the sister.
Yeah.
When she used to model.
Oh, I didn't
Wow, what a bod. Bathing suits with the big breasts. Ooga. Nice face, too. Now you see her, she's a little older. She's a little scranked out from crying and junk. But you could doll her up. They had her old boyfriend on there, and he was no good-looking guy.
He wasn't?
No. Funny-looking guy, if you ask me.
Well, they tried to imply, while she was on the stand, that she took advantage of her brother-in-law, O.J., dating his friends and so forth.
Big deal.
She was jealous of Nicole's life because she still has to live at home with her parents.
Oh, so she killed Nicole? I mean, what's the point?
No, I think they were, here was Denise representing her sister.
Right.
And they were trying to show that there wasn't a lot of closeness while they were alive, and this woman was a wild party woman who just used the whole situation, was jealous of her sister.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let O.J. go. Makes total sense.
It's just always interesting to me what the defense attorneys choose to do with these witnesses. Has nothing to do with whether they can impeach the evidence. It's changing a person's opinion of the person giving it.
I was going to ask Lawrence Schiller if he had a morality problem doing this for O.J.
Well, that's what I was saying. I wanted to know if he thought O.J. was guilty at the very beginning. Does he do anything for money, or is he just justifying his participation now because by saying he thinks O.J.'s innocent?
Well, maybe if he calms down, we'll get another crack at him. I just couldn't get anything going there. It was... I don't know. I tried. I did sit quiet for one of the answers, and then I saw it was going on way too long, and I tried to jump in. And
I really, truly believed he couldn't hear us the way he was going on. I thought there was something wrong.
Damn, I really wanted to get into it with him, but now I'm kind of disappointed. Hey, Gary, where is he? Is he still on the satellite?
Probably talking to someone else now.
We can't, I can't start it. I'm not going to take another stab at that. What's in the news, Robin?
Well, since we're talking about O.J., we might as well continue. Yesterday, Cato the dog was on trial. Several witnesses came forward to talk about the dog barking in order to fix the time of death between 10:15 and 10:20 on the night of June 12th. Cato, it seems, encountered a number of people. I guess, why was he out? I never even got that story.
Cato the dog?
Yeah.
Or Cato the kid?
Cato the kid.
Cato the surfer boy.
Cato the dog. I mean,
can you imagine naming your dog Cato and you got a guy living there named Cato?
Named Cato.
Yeah, could.
They really love this Cato.
Yeah. Everything revolved around Cato.
Have you named anyone after the people who help you around?
Yeah, my cat's name is Ralph.
But why was the dog loose?
She probably left the door open.
Well, I don't think she left the door open. I think she came out, and when O.J. knifed her, I mean, the door was open, so the dog came out.
All right.
You buy that?
It sounds reasonable to me.
I can make up something else. Just you want me to keep going, I'll do it.
He let himself in.
All right.
So I guess she didn't expect to be out there long if she left the door open.
That dog gave me the creeps, man. When you see the pictures of that dog, his face looks like a human face.
I think you're reading into that.
Take a look at it.
I looked at that face and I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's strangely human looking, those Akitas. I don't dig them.
You like a dog that looks like a dog?
Yeah, I don't know. His face looks human.
I thought he was a cute dog.
That face could smoke a cigarette and write a letter. I don't know, but no, I think the dog is an incredible dog. I mean, the fact that it, kept scratching until it could get out. And...
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Just the idea that here he was running around looking for help.
Yeah.
And he approached people. He ran up to this stranger and was trying to indicate something, as they walked along. And then when this Schwab guy turned the dog over to another one of his friends, and that guy took him home, he kept scratching to get out so that he could go back to the house and help with the discovery of the body. So, I mean, that's an incredible thing to have happen. You wonder, what does a dog know?
See, but like Lassie would have taken his paw and written, murder in the sand or something.
The murder would have never occurred if Lassie had been around.
Exactly.
That's what I feel. And Cato is no Lassie.
Right. There's not going to be a Cato the series.
No.
Although I pitched the E-Network last night about doing Cato the series with the dog. And wouldn't that be a burn to Cato Kalin? He's only trying to get on the E-Network.
Right. You take the dog instead.
Yeah. We're hiring Cato. Oh, the guy, the surfer? No. Cato the dog.
But Cato's like Columbo. He always comes after the crime has been committed.
Yeah.
And helps to figure it out.
He just warns people afterwards.
Here's where the body is.
I let the dog host Talk Soup.
They did everything but put him on the stand yesterday.
Cato the dog. And then I thought that those guys were pretty brave dudes. They had, the guys who discovered Cato, because they see a dog with blood all over it, and they're willing to take it into the house and wrap it.
Well, here's Stephen Schwab to tell us what he saw that night.
Stephen Schwab, who, by the way, Robin, worked on my book.
I'm amazed and
I am tied in with the O.J. case.
Not at all impressed.
I was watching to see if my name came up at all. He was one of the transcribers.
Unfortunately, he was watching Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke as opposed to the E! show or transcribing your tapes.
First thing I noticed, it was above the paw, it was slightly on the leg. There was a streak of blood or a drip of blood on one of the back paws.
Did you find any injury on the dog that could be the source of that blood?
No, there was no injury. It let me touch the paws.
Oh, so he did touch the dog.
Yeah, he lifted to see if the dog had blood on him. But I thought he
never
was
have touched that dog.
No, he's pretty brave. Either stupid or brave, but I thought he was pretty brave. All those guys, that Indian dude, I guess he's an Indian.
Well, we're going to get to that. Here's more of Stephen Schwab's testimony with Marsha Clark.
All right.
Every time it would pass a house on the east side of Bundy where you were all walking that had a path leading up to it, it would stop and bark?
It would stop and bark. It barked down the path.
And how many times did it do that?
I would say approximately 3 times.
Now, the defense attorneys called that into question. You know, they were trying to imply that the dog was doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Because he barked at every entrance. Like the dog's supposed to know what the address is. So, I thought that was pretty wild.
You want to talk to a woman who's, she's very upset with you. She says that you reach a lot of people and you're unintentionally biasing this case. And she also happens to be from West Africa and has a pretty good accent.
What is it, baby?
Hello, hi, Howard.
Hello
How
there.
are you doing? Okay, my name is Fadima, right?
Fadima?
Right.
Fadima.
She's from Sierra
I'm from
Leone.
Sierra Leone.
What?
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, that's in West Africa. You wouldn't know, maybe. That's okay.
Why are you calling it Leone? She's a Sierra Leone.
He thinks it's Italian.
No, I'm not Italian.
So are you a real jungle woman?
I'm not.
When did you grow up in Africa?
Yes, I did.
And did you wear a bone in your nose?
No, I didn't. I was in the city. And
You're in the city.
Yes.
You ever see a zebra?
No. Why are you making
Have you
jokes?
ever communicated on tom-toms with other neighboring villages?
Have I what?
Have you ever milked a tiger?
No, I've not. Where I live is not in the jungle. I'm in the city.
Yeah, the city, but it's still very rural.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We have everything.
Tell me.
We have everything. Howard.
I've seen National Geographic.
No, we're not like that. We were under the British. It was only like during the slave times, maybe, it was gone. But after that,
And you went to school with shoes on or bare feet?
I went to school. My mother was she's a businesswoman. They own a poultry store.
What business is she in? Witch doctoring?
Poultry. No, she's not witch doctor. You try to
What
make
religion
her
are you? What religion are you?
What?
What religion are you?
I'm a Muslim.
Did you ever boil a human skull to make soup?
Howard, I don't do that.
Ever dig a pit and fill it with spears sticking up?
No, Howard, you're trying to make a joke.
You've never been in the jungle. You've never been.
I have never been in the jungle.
You never went to the bush.
I have never been in the jungle. I grew up as a very middle class.
You never met a witch doctor.
I have gone there sometimes.
Oh.
You go to witch doctors.
So we went from never to sometime.
No, you go to witch doctors to find out stuff, about whatever is happening.
So you went to witch doctors, did you?
Yeah.
You
go
did.
There. You go there to secure. Listen. You know why you go to those places? To secure yourself, because they have so many people around that can do stuff to you.
Oh, I see. In other words, you feel that there are other primitives who were going to do things to you, so in order to ward them off, you went to the witch doctor.
Yeah, to protect yourself.
But I tell you, she's a primitive.
What?
Hey, I'm going to do something to you right now. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-ah, ting-tang, wally-wally, bing-bang.
No, stop joking. That's not what I called them.
Have you ever stuck pins in a straw doll?
No.
You've never once stuck pins in a straw doll?
No.
You never got a potion from a witch doctor?
A potion?
Oh.
I don't do those. I don't do that. I don't
do that.
harm nobody. I go to protect myself.
You took a potion to protect yourself, did you not?
You protect yourself from bad
Admit
people.
the truth. Did you protect yourself with a potion?
I don't do that.
You did drink a potion, didn't you?
Howard, stop joking.
I'm not joking.
Stop joking, Those things, I believe.
Do you hang anything in your house? Have you ever hung?
Yes, I do.
Tell us what you hung in your house. You woman of the city. Tell me what you hung in your house.
What I hung in my house?
Yes.
I have stuff that to protect myself, to drive evil away.
Oh, okay,
yes.
Okay. So you hang stuff in the house to drive evil away.
Yes.
And what evil would we be speaking of?
People can just look at you and don't like you and try to put bad luck on you.
All right, let me ask you, have you ever worn a funny mask and danced around a fire the night before an attack?
No.
Have you ever been attacked, your tribe? You were part of a tribe, I assume.
No, I've never been. I'm telling you, the city is peaceful.
Yeah. Oh, I say it sounds very different so far.
It is.
You got things hanging in your house.
I'm not from the country.
Yeah.
I'm not from the city. I'm a city girl.
I bet you are.
Catholic school, girls' school.
Oh, yeah. You're some Catholic.
And high school.
You don't even know the meaning of being a Catholic. A good Catholic doesn't hang things in their house like that.
I went to a Catholic school. I'm a Muslim.
Oh, I bet you are.
Yes, I am.
Ever kill a chicken?
I don't kill chicken. Men kill chicken.
All right. Did your man ever kill a chicken and drip the blood onto the stomach of a white woman? Tell the truth.
They don't do that. They don't.
They don't do that, huh? Yeah, you never heard of that. That's totally foreign to you, isn't it?
Howard.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, Robin. This is a jungle bush woman, and she can't fool. She can tell you about the city all she wants.
You can say whatever you want.
Got a big bone in her nose.
That's not what I call about.
Have you ever put plates in your lips?
I've never done those. I told you I'm not a primitive girl. I'm a city girl.
Mm-hmm. And have you? How long? Answer this. How long does it take to rebuild a village after an elephant stampede?
They don't. Look at that. You see?
Yeah, look at that. You know what a city is to her? It's a straw hut.
Make a joke, Howard.
Liar. I expose you for what you are. So you haven't.
We don't have those things in my country. We don't have elephants in my country.
You've never pulled up a rock, seen like bugs and termites, and eaten them.
Stop playing. I don't know about those things.
Do you know what she does? She goes to witch doctors, gets potions, takes them, and hangs like dead chickens in her house.
I don't do that. How can you hang a dead?
You just said you did it. Now you're lying.
How can you hang a dead chicken in your house?
What do you hang in your house?
It's gonna smell.
Tell Robin what you hang in your house. She doesn't believe that you're a bushwoman.
Let Robin think whatever.
Tell Robin what you hang in your house now.
I know which is
do what I say or I'll put a spell on you.
You can't.
We know. Oh, I can't?
I can challenge any witch doctor. They can't put nothing on me.
Yeah, how can you challenge a witch doctor? You don't know my power.
I'm sick. No, you're not.
Oh, I have so much personal power. I could kill you over this phone.
Howard, stop playing.
Stop it. I could do it. I'm going to put a spell on you.
Stop playing.
You want me to put a spell on you?
Stop playing.
Tell me what you hung in your house.
You wouldn't. That's my personal business.
No, that is not personal.
That's private. That's private.
You ever kill food with spears?
No.
Or your people just throw rocks?
Every day, my mother goes to the market, buys food from the market. And for us, I never had. There's no time in my life I struggled to have anything.
You own a blowgun?
I don't have a gun. I don't believe in killing people.
You don't have a blowgun?
I don't believe
that
in
is a lie.
Nothing. I don't
It's
believe
a lie.
in killing
That's a filthy lie. You're a filthy liar.
Life after death. You have to do for somebody whatever you want them to do.
You've never painted your face when you go to war with a neighboring village?
We don't
That's
do
a lie.
We don't go to war. I've never heard about war.
What did you hang in your apartment to keep off the evil spirits? Tell me. That is not your private business.
Then you're going to give out the information.
No, I won't. No, I want to know what you hung from the ceiling.
If you're not clean and you come to my house, you're going to be...
I expose you for what you are, a bushwoman.
No.
Primitive.
Howard, listen.
What year did your village discover fire?
That's not primitive. The white people do it too.
You ever eat giraffe?
They have Freemason.
Did you ever? What did you hang from your ceiling? Tell the truth now.
No, that's not.
Let me see what the white people are hanging too. I guarantee you white people never heard of this.
The white people, they have Freemason too. They have those people that go catch all the evil in
That's right. And what do you hang from your ceiling?
That's my business.
Those people who hang things from their ceiling in this country who believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. You are hanging things that are work of the devil.
That's my business, Howard.
Oh, I know what you're up to. You ever dance topless in a grass skirt?
No.
Did you ever eat giraffe?
No.
You've never eaten giraffe?
I'm not that type.
That is a lie.
I'm not a country guy.
Did you give your virginity to the chief of your tribe or not?
No.
Answer the question honestly.
My parents are very educated. They cannot do that.
Were you circumcised? Did you receive female circumcision? Was your clitoris removed at an early age?
Not an early age, when I was old enough.
When you were okay, so at an older age you removed your clitoris was removed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you do admit that.
Yes.
That is a primitive jungle tribe. So you do not have a clitoris.
It's a thing to slow down your sexual act.
Yes.
So what?
Yeah. You think that's right?
Man to man, jumping bed to bed.
Can you read? How old were you when you had your clitoris removed?
Like 15.
15.
Yes.
And aren't you sorry you lost your clitoris?
What?
You're sorry you lost your clitoris.
A little bit, but not
of course.
too much.
Oh, man, am I in pain now?
I know.
Do you admit that you could read? Can you read?
You just talked about having that done. Oh.
I mean, a clitorectomy.
It hurts, but
it takes away all. Who did it? A witch doctor, right?
It's not a witch doctor.
Tell the truth.
They don't call them witch doctors. It's a society. It's a
Who
society.
removed your clitoris?
That's a secret women's society.
I'm going to tell you something. You not only had your clitoris removed by your cousin, you've eaten giraffe.
I said cousin. How can I say cousin?
I don't know. Somebody removed. Who removed your clitoris? Was it in fact a witch doctor?
It's not a witch.
You are a jungle bush woman.
I'm not.
You are. Primitive.
It's a tradition.
What did you hang in your house? Tell her.
No.
Tell Robin now what you hung in the house.
No. And Robin will know if she want to know one day.
Did you ever hang a shrunken head in your house?
No, I don't. I don't kill people, so I don't believe in.
Would you remove your daughter's clitoris?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, yes, she would. You'll see.
No.
Woman has no clitoris. She doesn't even know the meaning of pleasure.
No. I know, I do that.
And do you achieve orgasm vaginally? Do you achieve orgasm vaginally?
Yes, I do.
You admit that you do?
Yes.
That had nothing to do with it anyway.
No, Howard, let's talk something now, what I call...
Has your village ever made a stranger honorary chief because they had a watch? What?
I'm not from the village.
You are.
I'm from the city.
You can't fool me. I know. I grew up in the black community. I know a primitive when I speak to one. I had primitives living with me.
I'm not a...
There are primitives and city folk. You are not a city folk. You had your clitoris removed and you hang things and drink potions.
People live in the city and they
You drink potions, don't you? Tell Robin what you hung from the ceiling if you're not a primitive.
No, I'm not.
Wait till she tells you. I know what she hung, but I'm not going to say it.
It don't matter.
You say it.
No, I don't have it.
I know all about you. I grew up in a black community, honey. Why do you think I know you so well?
Listen, stop playing. Stop playing.
I'm not playing anything.
It's not funny.
You hung it's plenty funny.
Help me out here.
Robin, admit something, Robin.
What?
When she first came on, you thought she was a city woman, didn't you?
She still says she's a city woman.
Now you know the truth. She's a bush woman.
Say something. Tell him.
Well, you did call for a reason. Now, what was it?
That's what I want to know, okay? Howard was making comments a few minutes ago about OJ, right?
Yes.
OJ. Now listen to this. This is a bush woman talking about our OJ.
Okay, listen. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? You reach so many millions of people every day, right? And you're trying to be on one side. You're trying to be biased.
Do you know you have a nerve commenting on how I handle situations? You are a woman who is amazed by fire.
Howard,
and you're going to tell me that I know what's going on?
I have freedom where I come from, too.
I saw the freedom. I see what goes on in West Africa.
But listen to me. Let me tell you something.
I see. You have no freedom.
Howard, you know what her area is known for?
What?
First ever documented case of AIDS.
Of course. AIDS is running rampant there.
I don't have it because we don't go sleep around.
If she had a clitoris, they could rub each other instead of having AIDS sex.
Listen, Howard, stop.
I wish I could send OJ to Africa.
I wish he could have.
But I would warn the animals first.
Howard, stop playing. Listen to me.
Oh, she thinks I'm playing.
You have a right to your opinion. That's your opinion. That's what you feel. But you get into so many people filling their head with OJ is guilty. OJ is guilty.
You tell the truth.
What happened?
You tell the truth. The first time. Wait a second.
Innocent until proven guilty. We see all these things. Police people.
Darling, innocent until proven guilty is a new theory to you. I grew up with it. You grew up in a land where there was no guilty, innocent, nothing.
Wait until the end.
Oh, you're an expert now on American culture, huh?
I'm not worried about American culture.
Admit that you. Hey, let me tell you something. We don't want you in America. We want you back in the bush.
Yes, I want to come to America to get what I can get. And
what can you get? You're going to get nothing. You're going to be a janitor here.
You went over to Africa. You robbed us.
Have you ever eaten monkey brains?
No, I don't eat that.
You are a liar.
I'm not a liar. Listen.
You are lying now to me.
Africa, you ripped us all off.
Admit the first time. Admit something. Okay. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
White people.
Admit to me.
They deprive us of everything we had.
Let me tell you about the white man.
Come here because you're making it like America is the only.
Oh, so now you hate the white man, huh, Jungle Woman?
I don't hate nobody.
Why do you admit to Robin?
I'm here because you people have ripped us.
Oh, you people. Here's a woman grew up in Africa. She's blaming the white man. No white man took you.
Yes, honey. Yes, because there was slavery.
Yeah, ripped off her country. Oh, please.
Slavery, Howard. Remember, don't forget, there was slavery.
Did you admit to Robin the first time that you
divided the families? You brought people here against their will, Howard.
Who are you, Lawrence? Listen to me.
They brought people here. They brought people to America or whatever.
I'll show you how primitive she is. Let me watch this.
Divided families. They forced.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand everything you're saying.
Oh my goodness, where'd she go?
I got her going.
Well, we have.
Let me say something.
Well, you know,
let me say something. Honey, the first time you saw a car, did you try to feed the car? Did you try to feed the car? Why don't you admit to robbing?
I didn't grow up.
Or did you chase the car?
I didn't grow up in the.
Even Cheetah knows OJ is guilty.
I did not grow up in the dark ages, Howard.
When you saw the big silver bird in the sky, did you know it was an airplane?
Okay, so we had everything in our country.
You know what? Why don't you go back to your country? Then go back there.
I will go there when you people.
No, not you people. I didn't do anything to you. Go home to Africa.
I will come here and get what I can get from you people, and then.
No, you're not going to get anything. Get from you people. What is it you want from us? Let me hear.
Yes.
Look at the rage.
Yes.
What is it you want?
Because you make America. You've made America.
You're real civilized. Go back to the bush.
You suppress us.
You are not civilized.
You go take our stuff.
You are not civilized.
You use them.
I don't know how we got into this discussion. We were talking about
I know.
Because I got her going. I exposed her for who she is. She is a jungle bushwoman primitive who knows nothing about innocent until guilty. You didn't put anybody in his place. The whole world is laughing at you right now.
The whole world is not laughing.
Oh, they are laughing at you. African bushwoman.
What I say makes sense.
I'm going to buy you a pair of shoes.
Howard,
you are from West Africa. Why did you go back there and cure AIDS?
Howard.
Help the people out.
Howard.
What are you doing here? What are you getting from... Let me ask you something. What are you doing in this country? What are you getting from us? Let me hear. List for me what you got so far.
At least when I work, I get paid.
Yeah. So how come in West Africa you can't get paid? Because the economy sucks.
Because you people made it.
Oh, you people. We're not over there.
Yes.
I haven't been there for 500 years.
You're not over there, but...
I'll take you out.
You make all the laws.
Come down here,
man. You make the international, the monetary business. You make it all.
Don't make your own money.
You give us loans and you give us high rates.
You should see the money in her country. It's wampum.
We want to help you out.
The pictures
you have to devalue
you're an outrage.
You want to help us out, but you want us to devalue our money. You want to put our money.
Do you have calluses on the bottom of your feet?
That's what you do.
Do you have calluses? Do you have calluses on the bottom of your feet?
I don't have nothing because I don't walk there.
Are your calluses thicker than a Sicilian pizza?
I've never
You walk barefoot. Admit it.
Shoes.
You have no shoes.
Howard, I always have shoes down.
I'm going to start hollowing out a tree with a sharp stone to sail you home to Africa.
Stop it. Why don't you
wrap this up?
Do you wipe with banana leaves?
Listen.
Or is that your money you wipe with? Is that the money you wipe with, or is it banana leaves?
You want me to go? Just give me 20,000.
I hope it's 20,000. Come down here. I'm going to give you 20,000. I got to get rid of you.
Give me 20,000.
Good. Get out of here.
Tomorrow.
Tom, give me 20,000.
Give me 20,000. I live.
The best money I ever spent.
Give me this.
All you do is have your hand out. Hand out.
$20,000. I will never come back to America.
Yeah, good.
Tell you that.
Good. You'll sign a piece of paper. Good.
Just give me that.
Now you'll be back.
Use of that money.
No, you'll go. No. If I gave you $20,000.
This is still slavery.
If I gave you $20,000, you know what would happen? You go back to your country, you get duped by the witch doctor when he sells you some more roots to hang from your nose.
I would. Just give me $20,000.
You're a dupe, sucker.
I will never come back to America. Never until I die.
I hope you sit on a tarantula the size of a softball when you go back there. And they take your clitoris and throw it in the river. That's right.
Howard, shut up.
Howard, if you want to get this argument in stereo, there's a man from Nigeria, same accent,
another Bushman,
and he's also saying that Howard, all Africans are not alike.
I just told you, I exposed this woman as being from the deep bush.
He's
educated. You could see.
City.
You are from nowhere.
If you know your geography, you would know I'm from
I know geography, and the word is geography. And let me say something.
I don't care.
You are an embarrassment to all Africans.
You pronounce it different. I pronounce it different.
I tell you the following.
It's different because I grew up different places.
Listen to me, grow up.
So don't tell me I'm not right. That's how I pronounce it. That's how
Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something. No, I'm going to tell her something. I got to tell her something before I pick up the phone on the Nigerian and let him have it. I'm going to tell you something, honey.
What?
You are an embarrassment to all Africans, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why you are.
I'm not.
You are because
I am not.
Because you look for handouts. 20,000. What are you, fleecing us? You're going to do a shakedown?
You asked me what I'm doing here.
You make me sick.
You adults, you go to work. You go to work in this country. You pay bills, and the money all stays back here.
Sir, what do you want?
Hello?
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, listen, I'm a very, very fan of your show, right? The show. I love your show.
Poor Mandela is saying I went to prison for these two?
Hello?
Yeah?
Yeah. Can you tell me something? Can you tell me what you think of Africans when you just hear African?
I love Africans.
You do?
Yes.
I
wanted to prove that this woman was lying. She's from the bush.
I'm not from the bush, Howard.
You are from the bush. I can tell from your accent. I grew up with people like you.
It's not funny.
You are from the bush,
Howard,
and you hang.
It's
Sir,
not funny.
Sir, did you grow up in the city?
Yes, I did.
All right. Do you go to witch doctors?
Sir?
Do you go to witch doctors?
No, I don't.
Of course not. And do you hang powdered root from your ceiling?
No.
Everybody has what they believe in.
This man, I can tell from his accent, I can tell this man is from the city. You are from the bush.
From bad people.
No, listen to me. I
one.
can tell from talking to this man that he is from the city. He is refined. You are from the bush. It matters to me when you lie to me.
I know in my mind I'm from the city.
Oh, please.
Please, too.
Hello?
Hey, sir, is your wife circumcised?
Sir?
What?
Say again.
I said, has your wife had her clitoris removed?
No.
Of course not, because you are from the city.
He is not married, he said. He's not married.
Did you have a sister?
Sir?
Does you have a sister?
I do.
That's how they talk in Africa. Does you have a sister?
Can you please speak a little, please? I can hardly hear you.
Yeah, well, because you get your radio on.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, you just figured that out. I tell you something. I can't believe it. As we speak, I'm going to put a chain across the ocean to keep away African canoeing.
I'm back.
I said,
Miss.
She is not civilized. Listen to me.
Yes.
What?
People have this belief, that Africans have this, general thing, right? We are all not alike.
Admit she's an embarrassment.
Well, I really can't say that. No, I can't say that.
Thank you very much, my brother.
My brother, all of a sudden.
Thank you. Tell him that.
She's my people. I love...
Did your sister have her clitoris removed?
It's not right, no.
Of course not. Don't people in the bush do that? Yes. And don't tell me differently. Ma'am, you are from the bush. I rest my case.
Howard, listen.
I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening to either of you.
You have to.
He is civilized.
But you know you losing.
You have to get me out.
Let me explain to you.
No, I'm not losing anything, honey. I've exposed you for the phony you are. He is civilized, and lady, you are barely walking upright.
Right.
And you should go back to Africa, and I'm not giving you $20,000 because you would just squander it on witch doctors and powdered root. All right, thank you. Thank you.
I want you the best.
And as far as...
We love you. I listen to you, though. I listen to you all the
time. Shut up.
Well, I'm glad we got that off.
I told you she was from the bush, and now I proved her, the phony that she is. I got to take a break. I'm sorry.
You are amazing when you
Thank
get together with different cultures.
Right. Well, I know a phony when I hear it.
Nothing but clashing.
That I prove it? I should be on that witness stand. I should be the lawyer in the OJ case.
You could break OJ.
Oh, I could break him in 2 seconds. Put him on the stand. I'd get him on his knees. I'm a one-man melting pot. All right. I got to take a break. I grew up in the black community, and God trained me to deal with that woman. That's right. I can deal with all kind of people. I grew up with Puerto Ricans, blacks, everything.
What do you mean deal with?
Whites.
Because
I know how to bring people together.
Like a big fight to me.
That was no fight. I exposed her. So at the end, she was kissing my ass. She knows. She can't believe I exposed her.
Oh, dear.
I got to take a break.
Disguising herself as a city woman.
Oh, yes. I knew she was from the bush. She's got calluses as thick as pizzas on those feet. Trust me, she's a fraud. Thank you. All of a sudden, she had no clitoris.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. 97.1 The Eagle.
All right, start your
Eagle. Let's return to The Howard Stern Show.
Well, I was given a gift from Harvey Electronics. I never got it.
Was there any resolution to the case of the missing video cam yesterday?
No. Frank just says he doesn't remember ever having it in his hands.
He never touched it. He doesn't remember being in the meeting.
Nothing.
And he can't recall anything.
What am I going to do? Take him to court? It's gone. That's all.
It's a shame. But he said it could mysteriously show up again, and then you'd be sorry.
Yeah, it'll show up. When Harvey gives him a new one.
Well, I'm sad about your loss.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Frank either.
He's probably avoiding you.
Well, he should. I'm not talking to him.
Well, we were talking about the OJ case when we went away, or before that.
Oh, that was
friend
ridiculous.
Of yours called.
That woman was clearly out of her mind.
Well, let's go on.
Right.
Because we were talking about the dog Cato and how he was found by Stephen Schwab, who took the stand yesterday, and then he was followed to the stand by several other people who also could testify to the wailing of the dog and what time they started to hear it, and the other gentleman in the case who eventually discovered the bodies, Shukru Bostepi.
Nice try. God bless you.
So here's Shukru.
All right, are we going to hear from a Shukru or not?
Shukru Bostepi.
Right. I couldn't figure out what this guy was. What is he, Indian?
Sounds Indian, doesn't it?
He didn't have a dot on his head.
Well, they don't all come with dots.
All right. Should have been wearing a diaper and a turban.
I saw a lady laying down, full of blood. I turned to my wife and said that there was a dead person there. And we tried to call 911.
Is this on the right speed, Robin?
No.
Is that his wife?
Isn't that the guy from Oz who testified?
That was the wizard.
That was Shukru.
It's a lollipop guild.
He didn't sound like that before.
That was the wrong speed, I'll tell you that.
Scott adjusted the speed.
I was smoking and the speed.
Scott back there really paying attention to what he's doing.
Exchange.
Oh, well, that was Shukru. He came upon the body and very coolly said to his wife, "Oh, there's a dead body."
Yeah, that guy was almost like in a coma.
Yeah, he didn't get excited at all. I mean, maybe he was, his recollection of it on the stand is rather calm. I can't imagine that he had such a deadpan demeanor on the night of.
Well, I don't know either.
He was the one who took the dog, and the dog led him back to the bodies.
He's a brave dude.
He then knocked on the door around the area to get someone to call 911. Very brave man.
And, let me remind people, just because I think O.J.'s guilty doesn't mean the jury thinks O.J. is guilty.
Thank you. Let us all remember that the jury is sequestered and not subject to hearing this show unless they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. And you can have any opinion you want.
And even if the jury heard me, what's wrong with nitwits who can't think for themselves?
The point is, that's exactly the case. You can listen to this radio show. Doesn't mean you have to believe what Howard says. Who made you God?
I mean, I don't know. I got a feeling that African woman put a spell on my last tape. It's all high speed, but that was an absolutely ludicrous phone call, and that phone call will be ludicrous again tomorrow at 7:30.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. Worth a replay.
Also, there was another development in the case, Howard. I don't know if you're aware of it, but one of the key defense witnesses, this Marianne Gerches, we heard so much about in Johnny Cochran's opening statements, she was arrested yesterday. Here is an LAPD spokesperson to give us the details.
And this would be the woman that saw the 4 guys killing Nicole?
That's right.
Okay. Was arrested.
A felony warrant was issued for the arrest of suspect Gerches. Suspect Gerches surrendered on 2895 and was booked at West Los Angeles Station. She immediately posted bail and was released.
Wow.
She has been charged with defrauding the Marriott Hotel of $23,000 by staying there and not ever paying her bill. After the Los Angeles earthquake, they say that this could possibly undermine her testimony in the eyes of the jury should it come to light in the trial, but we don't know if it will actually be allowed. Here is Johnny Cochran's response outside of the courtroom to the news that one of his star witnesses had been arrested.
All those things that they're talking about aren't even admissible here. That's the thing you should put in. It's not even admissible.
Okay.
Now, if she got convicted of a felony, that might be admissible.
Isn't that the witness that you said some people were accusing of being an OJ Simpson trial
Well,
groupie?
Marcia Clark said when she was screaming in court.
She's always screaming.
The day she found out that Marianne Gerches would be one of the witnesses to testify in the case, that she had called the prosecutor's office many times to try to get involved with the case, and they considered her an OJ groupie. She, as Howard said, is the woman who claims she saw 4 ski-masked men, or ski cap-wearing men, in the neighborhood the night of the deaths of Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman.
There was an article in the paper today. Did you read it about the woman who went down to Harlem or something? She went to some beauty shop.
No.
Started asking people what they now thought about OJ.
And what happened?
Everyone said they thought he was innocent. So the woman said, well, how do you find all this evidence? They go, look, man, you know, OJ beat his wife. And OJ might have been rough with her and everything. One thing has nothing to do with the other. Down here, everybody beats their wife. Did you read that? So it's like,
No, you should read that to me.
Yeah, everybody has their problems. It was pretty wild. It was it's in the Post.
That's a shame. I'm sorry people are living that way.
You don't think the jury is going to...
That doesn't mean those people live in Harlem and feel that same way, Howard.
No, you have seen the polls, though, right?
I have seen polls, yes.
And what do they indicate?
Know if the jury feels that way. I am willing to let people be individuals.
Well, we'll see what happens.
A Ewing man, this is out of Trenton. A Ewing man accused of fondling a woman's corpse at a funeral home was ordered by a judge to spend 30 days undergoing an evaluation.
That's against the law?
Psychiatric hospital.
That's against the law?
Who complained?
I mean, if someone's laying there dead and you fondle, that's against the law?
Yes, it's against the law. The family could be a little upset about that, Howard.
Oh, for God's sake.
Listen to this. Officials say
I know.
Robert Preston Jr., you would not mind if somebody took Allison
I did what? She's
for
dead.
a wild ride after she was dead.
A wild ride I might not like. But you're saying that...
I meant a wild sexual ride.
At some point, the body's a toy. I mean,
Come on. You would not like that. Say it's one of your daughters.
Tell me what happened.
Robert Preston Jr., who is 32, attended the wake of a woman in her 20s at the Campbell Funeral Home on January 20th. When the viewing room was empty of mourners, he went to the casket and fondled the body.
Oh, yeah.
They say that Preston did not know the woman.
Was she nice?
And went to the viewing because he saw the woman's picture in the newspaper.
So did she have like a really good figure?
It appealed to him, obviously. But what possesses you to... I mean, my goodness. Anybody could have walked in at any time. I guess he was discovered when someone walked in.
And he turned the body over, or he had it facing up?
All I know is that he reached in and started rubbing, I guess,
I'd love to interview that guy.
body.
I would love to interview that guy. I would pay him.
him
I'll pay him. I bet you he's one of our fans.
I thought that was awfully strange behavior.
Just deny it, though. That's what you do. Look at OJ. Deny it. Yeah, I beat my wife. Yeah, it looked like I was filing her, but I didn't touch her. Yeah. I was trying to fix her blouse. I saw something on there, and I wanted to fix it.
You don't think it should be against the law to fondle dead bodies?
No, that's something I'm not against.
All right, well, it's open season on his family when they're laid out.
No, I won't be here.
I hope somebody gets a hold of you.
Oh, don't be silly. You know I'm going to fondle you when you're dead.
Reminds me
You
of...
know that ain't going away.
I'm not dying before any of you.
Imagine those cans.
I am not dying before any of you. I'm going to bury you all.
Imagine those cans nice and cold. Man.
Don't worry.
I'm going to get a case of beer and hang out.
Don't worry. You won't be there.
We're all going to be sitting graveside. We'll take shifts.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going without a party. Oh, boy. All right, what else is there, Rob?
It seems that Congress and the President have found a way to make the baseball strike political. Now the Democrats are trying to paint the Republicans as the villains. The President has urged Congress to get involved and pass legislation that would demand binding arbitration or something. But Newt Gingrich and Bob Dole seem reluctant to do it. Here's Ted Kennedy yesterday urging action.
Urging action.
We should do all we can to make sure that the American pastime of baseball goes on as scheduled.
You know, hasn't everything become so politicized that the president opens his mouth to do anything and everyone jumps all over the president? And I mean, everything is a battle between Republicans and Democrats. You get the feeling that everyone is ready to kill each other.
We might as well split this country in half.
Is there nothing?
A Democratic country and a Republican country, because we can't work together.
Is there nothing that they agree on?
No. Doesn't seem so.
If the country was split in half, which side would you live on?
I want to be in the water between.
In the water between. So you won't say what side you would live in? That's not like you. I know where I would live.
I don't want to live with a bunch of liberal Democrats.
I like the balance,
but I'm not
actually.
real pleased with Republicans either.
No, I like the balance. I like Republicans for a lot of issues, but they get wacky when it comes to social issues because they all bow to the religious right.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the Democrats being around for that stuff. So it's kind of a neat little balance.
Well, you can make that choice.
Yeah.
You're white. But anyway, let's go on.
What was that supposed to mean? What are you? You're not white?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Not last time
ridiculous.
I looked. I don't think the Republicans in general have a great love for people of all races.
Oh, hey, what are you reading? What's that book?
The Black Experience.
The Black Experience?
Yeah.
Sitting there in the lap of luxury. What are you worried about?
Hey.
That's right. Go ahead. What else you got there?
Henry Foster, the man who has been nominated by the president to be the next Surgeon General, is still trying to swat away the controversy created by his underestimation of the number of abortions he performed as a private doctor. Here he is once again trying to explain that he is not a pro-abortion doctor.
I abhor abortions. I abhor war. To me, abortion is failure. I don't like failure.
Yeah. All the anti-abortionists plan to give him a hard time in Congress because he said he had performed less than a dozen abortions while he was in private practice, and it turned out that he was the physician of record in at least 39.
I hope the president sticks by this guy. I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's good or bad or whatever, but the idea that a guy could be driven out because he performed abortions by these few nudniks who are against it when most people are for it. There is I don't know I have never met the person in my life who said they wouldn't want to be able to get their daughter an abortion if she got knocked up by some loser. Come on. I've yet to meet the person. I'm telling you, I don't know that person. They live down south somewhere under a rock, and for some reason everyone's suddenly paying attention to them. This guy did not do anything illegal. He was a doctor. He performed some abortions. If this guy doesn't get through the not the nominating process, but the whatever process it is,
that hearing process,
I'm going to say
confirmation process.
Then there's something really wrong, right, Robin X?
Well, it seems to me if the law of the land says that abortions are legal, there shouldn't be a problem here.
That's right.
I don't know why it's an issue at all, and the president has started off the ball game in all the wrong ways, trying to diminish his participation in that practice.
They should nominate me. I get up there and say the following. Not only do I do abortions, I love them.
I'm having one right now.
Yeah, I have a whole... if someone comes in and has a cold, I give them an abortion. It's the greatest operation ever invented by mankind. Getting rid of babies that aren't wanted when nobody wants to support them. Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap up the news and the show right after this.
Sure. We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Back, Robin.
Howard.
That's very funny, Howard. Maybe you can make me laugh once or twice, but it's not funny all the time.
Sorry. I wasn't doing it to be funny.
Oh, please.
All right, what else is in the news,
You
Robin?
want this show to go on forever?
What's your problem over there today? Gee whiz. What's the matter? Aren't you having fun? What are you going to do, go home?
It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you're going to sit in the apartment.
I like sitting in the apartment.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
They found the guy they think was one of the masterminds behind the World Trade Center bombing in Pakistan. And he's on his way back here, and we're going to put him on trial. And if convicted, he could wind up spending the rest of his life in jail.
So they turned him over to us?
Yes. without a
unusual.
problem.
That's unusual.
I guess he was surprised, too.
Yeah.
Thought he'd go over there and
hang out.
They just let him stay. But they caught him, found out he was wanted by the U.S., and sent him back.
We probably had to guarantee the Pakistanis we pay him $10 billion.
Who knows? Who cares? We got him.
Yeah.
It was a goodbye. The other thing we haven't talked about is that one of the guys who's on trial with that Sheikh Rahman has admitted his guilt and said he got the orders from the Sheikh. So that could change that whole case. So they're giving the other guys a little time to think about what's going on here now, and then they'll get back to it. But that was a big blow.
That might not mean anything. You know, in Cleveland, we got a guy who admits that he was told by people that he was told to cut our wires. I don't see anything happening with that.
These things take time, is what we're being told.
All right.
Any more?
So you're saying the Sheikh needs some new lies and real quick.
Well, there's one guy at least saying, yes, I went to this guy and asked if it was all right for me to go bomb these buildings.
Is it okay if I bomb some buildings? Sure.
Basically, he was asking his spiritual leader, he's saying, is this a sin or is this a good thing to do? And he said it's a good thing to do. Now, whether that's illegal, I don't know. That would be something for Solomon, I suppose.
Right.
Is that encouraging a guy to break the law?
Yes.
Is that planning to break the law?
Yeah. You know what?
Inciting someone to break the law?
I know what you're saying. It's the same thing Charles Manson claims. He says, hey, I didn't kill anyone. I just told them to, I mean, I just was, he doesn't even say that. But he's saying, hey, they just did it. They were following me.
They were trying to impress me.
But, no. When they call this guy a spiritual leader, he's not really a spiritual leader in that sense. He's nothing spiritual about him. He is like a guy who's a crime boss, who tells people, okay, you go do this. He's the Don, if you will. So that's how he has to be presented in court. Not some spiritual leader who you come to and say, Father, I'm thinking of committing a crime. Should I do it? And even the guy goes, well, I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. It's not like that. These are guys who sat down together at a table, figured out how to wreak havoc on this country. It was a long-range plan. Al Capone in a turban. I mean,
you
this
act
is
like you were at these meetings.
Oh, believe me, I was. I know exactly what went on. The Sheikh. That's some Sheikh. He not only would say it's okay to bomb, he'd give the guy a gift certificate for a year's subscription to across America if he would go out and do it. I bet. This is my guess in this case, Robin, without prior investigation.
Well, your theory here has been borne out, Howard.
Right.
A new study says that if you've got back pain, ignore it.
That's right. Psychological.
Simply going about your business is the best way to deal with sudden back pain.
That's only partially true.
Many people take to their beds when the backache strikes. Others do stretching exercises to see what strategy is best. Researchers in Finland set up an experiment with 186 people complaining of back trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They randomly assign them to go to bed for 2 days, do stretching exercises, or simply stick to their regular routine. Avoiding bed rest and maintaining ordinary activity as tolerated led to the most rapid recovery.
The back is the strongest part of the body. Believe it or not, if I broke your back in half, if I broke your leg in half, it would heal up in 6 weeks. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I could break your whole leg. The back is the strongest part of the body.
And it's not even breaking, and people are complaining about it.
Backache was never even I was talking to somebody in World War II. Backache started to become a thing. People never used to get backaches. There was no such thing as back trouble.
Well, why did they get it around World War II?
Because it's just the notion of somebody's back hurting started to spread, and it's a psychological thing. And if you don't believe me, you got to read this book by this guy, Dr. John Sarno. I dedicated my book, Private Parts, to him. Because
I thought that was a little overboard.
Not at all, boy. The guy saved me from a life of pain and discomfort. And any guy who can do that is my hero. Read his book. His book is very important, and it'll absolutely prove to you that everything is psychological. Thank you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
And on that note, he'll leave.
Right. Good night.
And the president of Rutgers University continues to be under siege.
It is a pretty funny story.
By his students. for a statement he made a few days ago. He said that disadvantaged students do not have the genetic hereditary background to get high scores on standardized tests like the SATs. 2 days ago, a student sat down in the middle of the gym where a basketball game was being played and disrupted the whole game. And yesterday, another group, about 700, rallied on the campus calling for Dr. Lawrence's resignation. They want him fired. They want him out as the president of the university. The students say they have several demands. They want him gone. They want more minority funding for education.
And no Amos and Andy on TV.
And they want the school to throw out SAT scores as a requirement for admissions.
That's a good idea.
Well, it seems like they're bearing the president out if they don't want the SAT scores there anymore.
Well, first of all, this president is, I think he must have a screw loose. I mean, what guy in 1995 who comes out and says, as soon as you say that blacks or minorities or the disadvantaged, whatever he called them, he called some part of the population genetically inferior. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got to know if you're an educator. Even if you're a garbage man, you got to know that people take offense.
If you were a smart person, you'd figure that's the wrong thing to say in public.
So how bright can this guy be that he doesn't know not to say that?
I'd like to see his SAT score.
Yeah, exactly. Although, you know, Jackie has very high SAT scores. He makes statements like that all day.
So maybe SATs aren't a sign of intelligence at all.
Right. Let's hope not, because mine are miserable.
You were one of these disadvantaged people.
Oh, you bet.
You should be rallying.
Well, I am. Campus. I'm calling for his resignation. And I'm for doing away with the SAT scores. So they don't indicate anything.
So far, he has continued to receive the support of the school, and Governor Christie Whitman has said that she's not going to ask for his resignation either.
Well, this is not a guy who's had a history of, I mean, you take this guy, Professor Jeffries over at, I think it's the City School.
City University.
I mean, this guy has a history of constantly giving speeches about, different ethnic groups, and he's badgering the white man, the Jews, the this or that, and the other thing. This guy's a university professor. He should come out and say he said the wrong thing, that it was a dopey statement to make, and ask people's forgiveness. Sometimes people will forgive you for one mistake.
These people don't seem to be in a forgiving mood.
Yeah, they'll calm down. They'll calm down.
But that's part of the problem. Every time somebody makes a mistake, they got to be fired.
That's right.
No one else makes mistakes.
Yeah, you should run that school like here. Gary makes about 100 mistakes a day, and I don't fire him.
Still trying to teach him.
Yeah, I don't give up. Just because the guy makes a mistake, you don't fire him.
Yeah, we got to stop that. Constantly calling for a firing every time somebody makes one little mistake.
Boss, I know you put the computer system, but I don't know how to work it. It didn't work. It was human error.
I didn't know to look there. Even though I've been shown 5 times.
Right.
And Conan O'Brien has gotten a bit of a vote of confidence from NBC. They just ordered 6 months worth of shows.
It's perfect. Let's see, what is 6 months from now? What date?
I would imagine that'd be sometime in the summer.
July 1st.
July. Right. So they're giving him till July, right?
Or August. This is the second month, so 6 months from now would be August.
Yeah, my contract runs out in
November.
Actually, technically October. I'll give me a month off. All right, go ahead, yeah.
That's all I have to say.
I'm just kidding.
Keep you abreast.
There was a rumor that I was going to take over for Conan. It's absolutely not true.
Well, I told you, I heard that those talks had gone cold.
Absolutely cold. Absolutely, they are cold. They really are. Those talks are cold.
And that's all I have to say today.
So Conan has nothing to worry about. The fact that he ends up the end of the night with a .6 should have no problem.
That's all she wrote.
Let's do the plugs, Robin, and just congratulate ourselves on another terrific program.
Oh, one other thing, just to end up. Who is the favorite Valentine? You know, they polled some women.
Go ahead.
And they asked them who their favorite Valentine would be, who they'd most like to have as a Valentine. And
Brad
who do you
Pitt.
think they said?
Brad Pitt. Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Did you do a survey like this the other day and it was Kevin Costner? Yeah.
They're all different.
Yeah, I know. Who did this survey?
I don't remember. I just remember who.
Frank Gifford.
Ralph Cirillo.
Frank Gifford.
Jackie Mullen.
Larry Sloman.
Who is the person that women are most attracted to, are you saying? That they want
that
Richard
they
Gere?
want to have as their Valentine.
I'm going to say it's probably something goofy, like President Clinton or something, or Robin Williams. Or
No, actually, it's a real typical answer. It just isn't an answer that springs to mind because he hasn't been very visible lately.
Oh, and I know who that is.
Who?
Imus? Talk about a guy who's not visible anymore. He's been visible for 10 years.
But this guy's appealing, huh?
Oh, I see. Oh, an appealing, not visible guy. All right, I'm going to say... I'm going to guess... Robert Reed from the Brady Bunch.
Oh.
Well, he's been pretty invisible.
You're being ridiculous.
Who?
Mel Gibson.
I've guessed him the other day.
No?
That was a few days ago, I guess.
Yeah, you didn't guess him this time.
Oh, you like him.
He's all right. Getting a little long in the tooth for me. You know,
Right.
I'm fickle.
Right. Why not?
I've moved on.
Susan Olsen from the Brady Bunch will be at Planet Hollywood tomorrow at 12:30 to donate a Brady lunchbox. She has big breasts. Go over and see her. Also, Nick at Night's...
well, you can now say she grew up cute.
Sure did. She looked great today. The last time I saw her, she didn't look too cute. Now she looks better. Jackie the Joke Man Marlowe, to order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Saturday night, Jackie, March 4th. All very happy for Jackie and his big success. He's going to be at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. A lot of people hoping Jackie does well, doesn't embarrass himself. For filthy jokes and information, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. And don't miss the Talking Freds next Tuesday, February 14th, with many other bands in a charity event. Proceeds benefit With God's Love We Deliver. That's Fred's band. To get a signed copy of Stuttering John CD, call 201-942-OUCH. And if you're planning a wedding or a party and you need a disc jockey, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. And we'll see you tomorrow. You tomorrow. You tomorrow. You tomorrow.